walk champions. And you guys know it's nothing like those 72 steps. Yeah, nothing like the shit on Pregame. Some kids on the wheel. And you get a chance, you get to the steps that you don't know how.
Okay. Welcome back to Blankenship Field. This is James Branson, joined by Eli Manning at Blankenship as the Wildcats are set to take on the Campbell County Cougars. And the football team is coming down in from the steps from the locker room after getting a pregame talk with Coach Gaddis. They are wearing their all gray uniforms, gray pants, and Campbell County has just come out onto the field. And they are in their orange pants and their white jerseys, white helmets as well. We do have a little bit of an injury report here to start the game, as Coach Gaddis took a little bit of a bump before the game in pregame warmups, had to be looked at. He will be on the sidelines tonight, I'm being told, but he is not in great condition. So I hate to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one way to get the game started. I guess, everyone's getting riled up, and unfortunately Coach Gaddis, took a big hit there. That's not the kind of hit you want to be dishing out before the game.
Coach Gaddis, knowing Coach Gaddis, he probably got a little too fired up as well.
I'm sure he kind of started it a little bit.
As we're going to have the runouts, the captains are out on the field for the Wildcats. Tonight's captains for the Wildcats are number 1, Kendall Jackson, who is a senior, Jacob Bervin, also a senior, outside linebacker, and Walker Rice, a senior for the Wildcats, as well as Ethan Hewitt. So welcome back to senior night. Seniors were honored before the game. They were recognized, as well as the cheerleaders were recognized. Some of the band members were recognized. At halftime, we'll have a presentation as well. It will be Hall of Fame night, and it will be homecoming night as well. So really big night ahead for us. Hopefully we'll be able to cover it all for you. Eli, I think you might have the starting lineups for the Wildcats on offense tonight.
Yeah, James. All right, so starting on offense, on the offensive line, we've got Walker Rice at center. We got J.K. Morgan at guard and Zach Snyder at the other guard. At tackle, we've got Ethan Hewitt and Samuel Bentley. At tight end, we got Jacob Bervin. At the running back positions, we've got Ja Hunley and Kendall Jackson. We've got Hayden Tarwater at QB. And we've got Elijah Rogers at the flanker position and Brandon Hayward out wide as well.
Really somewhat experienced senior group here, as they have been able to play a lot together, and a lot of really young talent for the Wildcats, especially on offense. You got Brandon Hayward, Javis Doji. We've seen a lot of guys in the secondary, Jakyron Pendergrass, as well as Price Davis, and a lot of young guys. But tonight's about the seniors, and it looks like that Campbell County has won the toss. They will receive. So the Wildcats will be kicking off and playing defense first. Eli, I think you have the defensive starters for the Wildcats as well.
Yeah, we got defense at defensive ends. We got J.K. Morgan and Ethan Hewitt. At defensive tackle, we got Zach Snyder. At the outside linebackers, we got Brian Kelly and Kendall Jackson, as well as Marcus Melton. And then in the middle linebacker, we've got Jacob Bervin. At cornerbacks, we got Elijah Rogers and Justin Crowley. And then at our safeties, we've got Jaden Williams and Brandon Hayward.
Thank you, Eli, for that. We are about to have the run out of the Wildcats onto the field. They will be coming out of the Jackson Square end zone. Obviously, Campbell County and their head coach, they are coached by the Price twins. That would be Justin Price and Matt. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the other one. Let me check my stats real here. Matt Price as well. They are assisted by Chris Honeycutt, Troy Arnold, and Landon Reese, as well as Elijah Phillips. And the Wildcats are on to the field. They will be taking the home sideline here. Both sides are set. to kick off this final game here. Playoff scenario for us ahead is if we win, we are the number 3 team in our region. If we lose, we'll be the number 4 team. Either way, the Wildcats will be on the road next week. Could potentially be at Campbell County, or it could potentially be at Ray County. The Wildcats will start on defense, as we talked about here. Just trying to get started here as Campbell County is now coming out to receive the kickoff. They will send, it looks like, 2 men back deep, as well as the Wildcats are taking the field tonight. The Wildcats have had several different special teams players. They've had several kickers throughout the year. They have had Brendan Pearson. They have had, kind of forgetting here for a second, Gabe Weber. They have also had Efren Rodriguez come in some, and they have had a missing Wilson, David Wilson. David Wilson, number 15, a sophomore. So tonight coming out for us, looks like it will be number 81 for the Wildcats, Efren Rodriguez. He is a junior, so he will be kicking off. Looks like they might be kicking it deep. The Campbell County Cougars are standing at the 10 and 15-yard line in the Jackson Square end zone here. A little bit of a cold night, I believe, is kind of cooling down here. The rain is somewhat held off. Little sprinkles coming in here and there. But the ball is teed up. The whistle has been blown. The Wildcats are ready to kick off, and we are about to have football here at Blankenship Field. Kickoff is end over end. Dies at about the 15-yard line, rolls out of bounds, and it is going to be a penalty on the Wildcats, so the ball will come out to the 35-yard line.
Yep. We got started here. Let's see if the defense can get something going. You know, defense has been playing strong all year, so let's see if they can keep it up tonight.
Defense has been playing strong all year. The special teams have really been a strong point of the Wildcats this year. You know, they've had several special teams turnovers and even some touchdowns like we saw in the Bearden game.
Oh, yeah. So special teams has been a big plus for us this year.
The ball, like we said, is going to come out to the 35-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Cougar offense there at the 35-yard line. Their own 35-yard line. They will send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They do run a little bit of an interesting offense. They will kind of get set, look over to the sideline, see if they need to change their play, and they're doing that currently. And they are now set. The quarterback shifts his running back over to the left. It is going to be a handoff to the running back up the middle. He's going to get about 6 or 7 yards before he is tackled there, I believe, by Brian Kelly.
Hey, that's just a simple run right up the middle. They spread you out, and they just went right between the tackles there. And unfortunately, you know, the defense just sitting there this whole time waiting for him to call a play, and you kind of get a little complacent. So hopefully we can get settled in and close that up.
Defense was a little loose there. It's going to put a 2nd and 1 up on the board for Campbell County to convert. Ball is going to be at the 44-yard line. Snap goes to the quarterback. He gets a quick pass off to his receiver there. I believe that is number 8 for them. Number 8 is Devin Jones, and that gives Campbell County a 1st and 10. Ball is on the Oak Ridge 49-yard line.
You know, James, that was just a little simple key pass there right out to the wide receivers. Almost looked like he had 3 options. I think all 3 of them just kind of stood there. And so we had kind of soft coverage, and they just needed a few yards to get that first down.
You're absolutely right, and it will be a first down for the Cougars here as we have 11 minutes exactly left on the first quarter clock. 3 receivers to the left of the Campbell County quarterback. He keeps it, does not hand it off. He's going to be tackled in the backfield by Marcus Melton coming from his outside linebacker position. I guess they're going to say he got right toward the line of scrimmage. The quarterback did. That is number 2, Hunter White.
Hey, that was a QB read there, and he probably should have gave it right there because they had nowhere to go. Good job by the defensive end there.
They do say it is a loss on the down for the Campbell County Cougars. It's going to set up 2nd and 11, 10:25 left in the first quarter. 0-0 our score. Campbell County has it. Jones looks to his left. He's got one receiver over there. He hands it off, though. Ball goes up the middle, maybe 3 yards. That might be a stretch, and he's going to be tackled there, setting up a 3rd and long for the Wildcats.
I like it. They're trying to do what they did on that first play, but luckily we've settled in now. We've kind of tightened up, and they ain't getting anything right now.
Campbell County quickly back to the line of scrimmage as Jones gets his offense set. He's going to send 3 receivers to his right. Currently, his running back is to his right. 1 receiver to the left, the short side of the field, the home side of the field. The time left in the first quarter is 1:43. 3rd and 9. Campbell County. Jones takes snap, fires quickly out to a little hitch route out in the flat. Maybe right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be about 4th and 1, 4th and 2, Eli.
Hey, they needed, just enough to get to the yardsticks, and our defense sat right at where the sticks were to get that first down so they could keep everything in front of them. Good job by keeping up and not letting them get any further than that.
It looks like Campbell County is going to go quickly here, and they do come out quickly. Might do a little pooch punt here as they have a 3 running back formation. No, they fumble the ball on the snap. He falls on it and loses yardage, so the Wildcats are going to take over on downs on a fumbled snap. They tried to come out, put 3 basically single wing type offense out there. Number 22 for them, which is their running back, C.J. Allen, fumbled the snap, trying to get behind his blockers. Turnover on downs for the Wildcats.
I'll take it. He thought he could just, put everybody in front of him and go, but you got to catch the snap first, homie. Come on now.
That's going to set up 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball on their 42-yard line, so great field position. 9:02 left in the first quarter. Hayden Tarwater takes snap, rolls to his right, gets it out quickly to Hunley. Incomplete, just off his fingertips there, but it is going to set up 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Really hope the Wildcats can keep a drive alive here and keep it moving downfield, maybe eat up some clock like they did the first half last week.
I like that, James. I think if we can just kind of, get in a rhythm here, get us going offensively, get some nice first downs and then end it with a score, I think that'll really set the tone for this game.
Wildcats, like we said, 2nd and 10, about 25 seconds on the play clock, 8:56 left in the first quarter after the incomplete pass. Hayden has 2 receivers each side. Kendall Jackson in the backfield to his right. Handoff goes to Kendall Jackson. He's met in the backfield, bounces off a tackle from defensive end, cuts back toward the home sideline at the 45 up to the 47-yard line. And it's a great effort play there by Kendall. Got sealed off to the left, came back toward the home side, picked up some yards and put you in 3rd and medium.
Hey, that defensive end met Kendall, and Kendall took a little pop, but he just bounced right off and was able to, reverse directions there and still make something happen. I think he got, 5 yards there? So he was hitting the backfield, but good job by Kendall there to make something happen out of nothing.
I believe that's Blake Taylor right there, as you were mentioning, that came out of the backfield. Into the backfield as the Wildcats now have 3rd and 5, 8:13 left in the first quarter. 3 receivers to Hayden's right. He looks that way, hands off to Kendall up the middle, big hole, and he ends up getting the first down for the Wildcats. That is going to be a 10 bank of Oak Ridge first down as we have a late flag coming in. There was a little issue after the play between Elijah Rogers for the Wildcats, who is downfield, and number 3, I believe that is their corner for Campbell County, Mikhail Shepard.
Hey, good play call right there. They kind of faked a little screen out there, and then Tarwater just kept turning, and then Kendall just sat there and waited on the ball, and he kind of just turned right into Kendall, and that hole just opened right up for him.
That penalty is going to be on the Wildcats. Apparently we got called for a personal foul after the play, and so that will back the Wildcats up. They did get the first down. That will back the Wildcats up, however, to the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line. So we are working from the 38-yard line, going toward Jackson Square, 8:04 left in the first quarter. They have started the play clock after the penalty. 2 receivers to each side of Hayden. Hayden in the backfield. He has Kendall to his left. He hands off to Elijah Rogers on a jet sweep. Elijah picks up a block from Kendall. Really good block. Gets up to the line of scrimmage and maybe not much further. Maybe would have liked to seen him use the speed a little bit more there, Eli.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing with that, on the jet like that, you want to get the ball out to him fast and so that he can outreach the whole defense, but they kept stringing it out, and it was able to let that corner come up and meet him at the line.
It's going to be 7:38 left in the first quarter after the run play. 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats. 0-0 is our score here as we are broadcasting from Blankenship Field on FM 92.7, Oak Ridge Schools Channel 15, and prepradio.com. Hayden takes the snap, rolls to his right. Ball gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be picked off by Campbell County by their lineman. He's going to return it to the 35, rumbling down to about the 32, 33-yard line. And an interception was made by number 54 for them. I do not have a name, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage by their defensive end, picked off by their defensive tackle.
Just unfortunate there. Both of their defensive ends came straight up field, and we had nobody on it. And Tarwater just kind of threw it up, but the number 15, Blake Taylor, was able to get his hand on it, and that ball just fell right into their defensive tackle's hands.
Sorry about the delay there as Campbell County comes back to the line of scrimmage on offense. They are going to be at the Wildcat 35-yard line, deep into Wildcat territory after the turnover. 1st and 10. Campbell County takes snap, handoff going to their running back, Allen. Allen makes a nice move on one of our linebackers, rumbles all the way to the 10, to the 5, and gets inside to the 2-yard line. Nice play design there on basically a little draw, and it kind of spread things out for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they had a quick little draw. The guard pulled and kind of opened the hole up, and the cutback lane was there. And unfortunately, we had nobody there for that cutback lane, and so he made a nice cut, and he was able to just get a lot of yardage on that one.
It's going to set up 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Ball is where it's going to be placed. 6:48 left in the first quarter, 0-0 our score. Currently, Wildcat defense really needing a stop here. Both their backs at the line of scrimmage, and Campbell County once again is going to come out in that kind of single wing look. 3 running backs back there with an up back. Allen's going to take the snap, run toward the line of scrimmage, keep driving his feet, and they're going to say that he gets in over top of the pile there. So Campbell County scores a touchdown with 6:43 left in the first quarter.
Unfortunately, he actually caught the ball on that one. And again, that was just kind of, the turnover put us in a bad position. Defense was kind of on their heels that whole drive, and, 2 plays, and they just put it in on us.
Campbell County will set up for the extra point. Their kicker is going to be card number 12 for them. Or Carr, I'm sorry, number 12 for them. Snap is pretty good. Kick is up, nearly blocked by a Wildcat defender, but it is going to make it through the uprights. So the Campbell County Cougars now lead 7-0 in the first quarter, 6:43. We will be back in 1 minute.
High School Athletics. The Barrel Shop is a locally owned business which features fine home accessories and unique gifts. Located just across the street in historic Jackson Square, you can purchase journal and admission tickets for home game each week, Tuesday through Friday, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Happy Barrel Shop.
Back here at Blankenship Field, James Branson joined by Eli Manning. The Campbell County Cougars scored on a very short drive. We're back for the kickoff. The kickoff is end over end. Goes to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be returned there by the Wildcats. Get up to about the 25-yard line. Pretty good little return there on the kickoff for the Wildcats. So they will have it 1st and 10. Ball is going to be at the 25-yard line, as we said, with 6:37 left in the first quarter, Eli.
Hey, I mean, that first offensive drive, we had a good little rhythm. We had some good play designs there. We had some good yardage, and we just had made a mistake and gave the ball over. So let's hope that we can get things turned around here, take care of the football, and put the ball in the end zone here.
The Wildcats will have it once again on offense. It looks like Elijah Rogers is in, as well as Brandon Hayward. I think Andrew Ferreira is in, and I believe Jai Hunley in the backfield is DeJavis Dozier, and then it's going to quick screen pass out to Hayden. Hayden gets it out to Hunley. Hunley picks up a block, a nice block there. Gets about 2 yards upfield, though, and that's about all before he is tackled. Really good defense so far tonight for the Campbell County Cougars.
Yeah, they really like to blitz those outside linebackers. I thought they were defensive ends because they always seem to be right there, but no, they're outside linebackers, and they're just coming right off the edge. So we're going to have to try to help pick those up. Luckily, we were able to get it out quick enough, but we're going to have to do something there.
The Oak Ridge has it with 6:04 left in the first quarter. Quick screen pass once again out to Hunley. Hunley makes a move, gets outside, breaks a tackle to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, the 45, 40. It's going to be a Wildcat touchdown as he is going to go 72 yards into Jackson Square, and he could probably race Campbell County back all the way to La Follette and still beat them.
Woo! Beautiful, beautiful. That was a beautiful play design because it literally took advantage of that guy blitzing right there. I love it. Good job.
Man-on-man blocking allowed Hunley to get out in space, and that's honestly, I think, the first time we've seen it all year long to where he gets out full-fledged in space and breaks away, and man, does Jai have some speed.
Man, he's quick, he's fast, and it's nice to see him actually stretch them legs a little bit there.
Looks like it will be Price Palmer to snap, Tarwater to hold, and I believe Efren Rodriguez to attempt. Snap is up, or snap is down, kick is up and good. So we have a tie ball game here from Blankenship Field. 7-7 is our score with 5:47 left in the first quarter. We will be back after this 1 minute timeout. James Branson along with Eli Manning back here at Blankenship Field. The Wildcats and Cougars tied at 7-7, 5:47 in the first quarter. To kick off once again for the Wildcats will be Efren Rodriguez. He has the ball teed up, 2 guys back deep for Campbell County, and the kick is up and away, much better this time, deep all the way into the end zone. So Efren Rodriguez makes up for the first kickoff, and the ball is going to come out to the 20-yard line off of that kickoff.
All right, I like it. James, what I love right here is any type of momentum that the Campbell County team had from that interception and touchdown. Jai Hunley just ripped it right from him, and now we're ready. We're even. It's time to settle down. Let's take the ball right back here.
Tie ball game, as Eli said, so score is almost, might as well be back 0-0, but it is going to be 7-7 on the scoreboard. Wildcats would love to get a big stop here, force a punt, as it looks like they will come out 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Campbell County takes the snap, hands off, goes up middle to Allen, and he's going to be stopped right past the line of scrimmage right there, and it looks like that is Brian Kelly on the stop.
Hey, I think they got one running play. It seems like let's just run right up the middle, get that little guard pull, almost like a trap, and hopefully we can just keep stopping it because they didn't get barely anything on that one.
Did not pick up much. He actually picked up about 3 yards there. It's going to be set up 2nd and 7 for the Campbell County Cougars. 5:18 left in the first quarter. They are moving away from Jackson Square toward the north end zone as they send 2 receivers to each side. The running back, Allen, is going to be to the left of the quarterback. Is going to hand off, is going to go to Allen right up the middle, and the Wildcats have snuffed it out once again. The defensive line stepping up big after those big runs to start the game.
Great job by the defensive line. The offensive line got absolutely no push on them. They were able to stuff everything up in the middle, and the running back had nowhere to go.
Hunter White and the Cougars are going to be forced to throw it now as they send 5 wide receivers out, 2 to the right of White, 3 to the left of White. It's going to be 3rd and 7, 4:36 left in the first quarter here. Wildcat defense really needs a stop to force a punt. The pass is going to be out to about the 31-yard line. It's going to be dropped out there by number 6 for them, and that is Mason Shanks. And so it is going to bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats. They are going to force a punt and get the ball back.
Great job by the defense. And, James, I don't know about you, but if Kendall Jackson's coming full speed at me, I'd probably drop the ball too.
Kendall was out in coverage right there as Kendall comes out of the game to get a little bit of a break. Jai Hunley comes into the game from his outside linebacker position. 4th and 7, 4:25. Snap is good on the punt. Wobbly spiral is going to go out of bounds about at the 36-yard line. Really nice punt there by the Cougars, and the Wildcats are going to be set up at the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line.
James, I just saw two of our players just pushing guys on the ground, man. This seems like a physical game so far. I just see people falling left and right, people getting physical. I like it.
You know the Wildcats really want this one to pick up another region win here to get 3 region wins. That's going to put them in a position in the region to be number 3 behind Carnes and behind Powell. The Wildcats 2 losses in the region. Hayden Tarwater is going to have it 1st and 10 on the 38. Handoff is going to go up the middle. I believe that is Javis Dozier there that gets the handoff. Doesn't get much on that play and is going to be 2nd and 10, it looks like.
Yeah, not much push there, and they were able to kind of clog it up. But, again, hopefully we can get something going here.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. Kind of opposite offenses here as the Wildcats, kind of want to drag the game out and run the ball, make it a slow process and kind of kill the clock. Campbell County with all their passes and things like that, they might want to pass a little bit more, especially as they get in, hopefully if the Wildcats are able to get a lead.
Yeah, and it's definitely different than what the Wildcats have done early in the year, because early in the year it was like nonstop, get there as quick as you can, and it's nice to kind of see us slow down a little bit and let's start taking care of the ball.
Hayden takes the snap. He fakes a toss, rolls out to his right. Pass goes out to Hundley once again in space, but he's going to be tackled. Pretty good coverage there, but man, you can see Ja almost got loose.
Ja's on it tonight. I mean, we're trying to get him the ball, and he's just a step or 2 away from making a cut upfield and getting down to that touchdown. But again, good pickup, makes it a manageable 3rd down here.
Looks like the Wildcats are going to have 3rd and 4 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Again, taking a little bit of time. They've already killed about 15 seconds off the play clock here. 3 receivers going to be to the left of Hayden, 1 to the right. DeJavis Dozier to the right of Hayden Tarwater in the backfield. Hayden fakes a pass, hands it off to Dozier. Dozier cuts to his right, gets upfield, and near the 1st down. It's going to be right at it, Eli. It's pretty close.
Man, I got one guy spotting one way and another guy spotting the other way. I hope they give it to the one guy closest to us because his spot looks a little bit better.
Looks like the spot is supposed to be at the 48-yard line. That is where the 1st down marker is, and it's really close to right on it. And they're going to signal 1st down Wildcats. So that is a 10 bank of Oak Ridge 1st down. We had to get to the 48-yard line. We got to the 48.5-yard line to pick up that 1st down.
Hey, that was that same play from earlier where we kind of faked the key pass out, and Tarwater just keeps spinning around, and then he hands it to Dozier, and great job by Dozier to get that little extra effort to get that half yard.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They take the snap, get it out quickly to Hayward. Hayward makes a move. Kind of steps on the sideline there, stumbled over my words, and got up what looks like to about the 44-yard line of Campbell County. So that'll set them up in 2nd and about 2 or 3. Really good position with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Hey, if they're going to play off like that on our wide receivers, then get that ball out quick and get as much yardage as you can. Brandon getting a great yardage on that 1st down, and is good play call right there.
Wildcats clock is stopped as Brandon stepped out on that play. Hayden has it and takes the snap. Looks to throw a quick route out to Hunley. He gets it and picks up close to the first down once again. I think they mark him maybe about a yard short, which is okay because you got it 3rd and 1.
Hey, I'm not a big fan of that ref or the ump on the other side there. He keeps coming up short a little bit. I thought John was right at it, but whatever. We're close.
It looks like the ball sits just on this side of the 42-yard line, as the Wildcats will have 3rd and 1, 1:33 left in the first quarter. 7-7 is our score here at Blankenship Field. Wildcats have 2 receivers each side. Dozier to the left of Tarwater. Tarwater takes the snap, gets the pass off quick, and it's right through the hands of Hunley. And, man, Tarwater had a lot of pressure in his face right there.
That was a dangerous throw, but, yeah, James, just like you said, they blitzed those outside linebackers again, and that was a very dangerous throw. We were very lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Looks like the Wildcats will keep their offense out on the field. 4th and 1 at the 42-yard line. Really need to pick this up to continue a drive. Hopefully get some points here because you don't want to give Campbell County good field position.
I agree, James. We had the momentum. We kind of equalized it out there. Let's keep going and get this first down.
Wildcats making a few subs as I see Andrew Ferreira coming in. Wildcats will send 2 receivers to each side. DeJavis Dozier to the right. They send Elijah Rogers in motion. Hand off to Dozier. Dozier breaks 2-3 tackles, runs over a few guys, and gets 6 yards for an Oak Ridge first down. A 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down.
I see you, Bubbles. That's it, baby. Man, he was in the backfield, and he almost got tackled, but he just kept cruising through, and he got that first down by pure will. I love it.
DeJavis ran through about 3 or 4 tackles, made a move, got about 6 yards, and puts the Wildcats at the 36-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars. Just under a minute, 45 seconds left, as they will send 2 receivers each side. Hayden Tarwater with DeJavis Dozier back in the backfield. Rogers comes in motion, makes it all the way across, going to run a little speed option out to DeJavis. DeJavis again breaks tackles, steps through more at the 30, out to the 27-yard line, and man, DeJavis Dozier just runs so hard.
Woo! I love it, man. Java's been one of my favorite running backs I've coached just because he runs so hard. It takes a lot to take him down, and people had him right at the line of scrimmage. He fought his way through it and got 9 yards on him. I love it.
It's going to set up 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Under 10 seconds now. It looks like the Wildcats are set to take this into the second quarter, and we will take it there with them as they will have the ball on the opposite side of the field. And the score is tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. We'll send it back. We'll bring it back after a 1-minute timeout.
Oak Ridge Wildcats football would like to recognize WIT Services for their continued support of our community. WIT stands behind their name, whatever it takes, and sponsored 100 tickets for Oak Ridge High School students to attend this week's home game for free.
Sorry, I got excited. Excited, man. Can't help it.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Isaiah Seal and Austin Gore, our top view camera personnel tonight. Drew Thomas and Alex Waraxa, along with Matthew Charles and Christian Rosas Rodriguez, are our camera personnel on the field. We are also joined by Mike Sheehan and Mark and Shauna Hayes, David Clary, executive producing for us tonight, as well as Brian Bennett back at the station. Wildcats have it 2nd and 1. Hayden Tarwater wants to go deep. He does, all the way to Brandon Hayward in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. What a nice play. 2nd and 1. The whole playbook is open. The Wildcats decide to take a shot on a corner route to Hayward, and it pays off. 6 points on the board.
Woo! That was a beautiful play call. What I really liked is we pulled a guard to help seal that outside linebacker from coming upfield. Tarwater took a little bit of a hit, but he was able to get that play off, and that was a beautiful corner route by Brandon Hayward, wide open. Beautiful touchdown.
The Wildcats will attempt the extra point snap by Price Palmer, hold by Hayden Tarwater, and the kick is up and good by Efren Rodriguez. The Wildcats have a lead 14-7 with 11:44 left in the first half. We will be back in 1 minute. James Ranson joined by Eli Manning back here at Blankenship Field. The Wildcats just scored to go up 14-7 with 11:44 left in the first half. Efren Rodriguez is set to kick off for the Wildcats. Here's his approach at the 40-yard line. The ball goes end over end, kind of sideways, very deep and into the end zone once again. So looks like the Wildcats have found a little bit of solution here with Efren Rodriguez. Some scores of interest around the area for the Wildcats, especially down in the lower region and who we could potentially be playing, as well as ours. Carnes and Clinton are currently tied at 7 in the first quarter. And looking down, we'll pick up on those here in just a moment, as Campbell County has 3 receivers to the left, 1st and 10. Ball is at the 20-yard line. They will send 1 receiver to the Oak Ridge sideline, and it will be Allen in the backfield joining them. They will be going toward Jackson Square end zone. They take the snap. Handoff goes to Allen right up the middle. Runs through a tackle by Jaden Williams, an attempted tackle, and eventually is going to be taken down, but the ball came out. I believe they are going to say that he was down by contact, but the Wildcats did come up with it at the 44-yard line, but I think they're going to say he was down, Eli.
Hey, that was just, poor tackling. I think he broke about 3 or 4 tackles right there. We got to wrap up now. He's a heavy runner right there. He's coming at you pretty hard, but you got to wrap up. Hopefully our defense can fix that right here.
The part of Campbell County's offense, they do want to run quick as they have it 1st and 10. Get set up to the line. They do the little check with me, the little freeze here. They keep the same formation. 1 receiver to the right of White, 3 to the left. It will be Allen to his left in the running back's position. They will fake a handoff, quick screen route out to, I believe, one of his receivers there. And it looks like the ball came out as Price Davis started sprinting the other direction, but they're going to call it a completed pass, a catch for 3-yard gain.
Hey, that ball's getting a little squirrely out there. Maybe we need to keep, bunching at it, get that ball out there, because they're not doing a good job of holding on to it right now.
A little bit of a miss coming down here for the Wildcats and the Cougars as they have 2nd and 7, 10:40 left in the first half here. 14-7 is our score. The Cougars will send 3 receivers to the right over toward the Oak Ridge sideline this time, and 1 receiver to the left. To the left of White is still going to be Allen, his running back. He takes the snap. Handoff does go to Allen up the middle. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage and actually pushed back there by Jacob Burvin.
Great job by Jacob Burvin right there. Met him right in the hole. He had nowhere to go, wrapped him up, took him backwards. Beautiful job.
Somehow they are going to say he only lost a yard. It looked more like 2 or 3 to me. But it is going to be 3rd and long for the Cougars. 3rd and 8. They're going to send 5 wide receivers out. 3 over toward the Oak Ridge sideline, 1 to their sideline as they work toward Jackson Square, the south end zone. 9:50 left in the first half here. White takes the snap, looks downfield, doesn't find anybody, scrambling out to his right, continues to scramble, and it's going to be nearly picked off and dropped by Brandon Hayward at that corner position. Great defense, great coverage there by the Wildcat defense.
Hey, beautiful coverage by the secondary. That quarterback had nowhere to throw it. He kept scrambling out and out, and he couldn't find anybody. Almost made him throw it into Brandon's hands, but great job by the defense to force this punt.
Going to be a 4th and 8 from the 46-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars. They're going to be punting. Looks like a little bit into the rain and wind here, or the mist that's coming down. 9:39 left in the first half here as their punter stands at the 33-yard line, punts a little, snaps a little high, punt. Ends up getting off, and it's going to be Rogers there who catches it. Rogers gets a block from Brandon Hayward, gets up to the 30, spins over to the 35-yard line. Just a nice effort play there by Elijah Rogers.
We got a flag on the play here, James. I'm not sure what just happened.
Looks like the flag is going to be down at the 35-yard line. I saw you kind of grimaced a little bit there. Maybe something that happened toward the end of the tackle or toward the end of the play. The white hat is coming over to us. He's saying holding. That's nice. Holding.
Personal foul.
Or I'm sorry, personal foul is going to be on the Campbell County Cougars. Maybe a late hit. And so that is going to move the ball close to the midfield for the Wildcats, and they will be near Campbell County Cougar territory, and the ball is going to be placed at the 49-yard line of the Wildcats, right next to midfield. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 9:31 left in the first half. 3 receivers to the left of Hayden Tarwater, 1 to the right. He's going to send Hunley in motion. Handoff goes to Hunley. Hunley cuts upfield to the 45 and is going to be stopped there, but it takes 3 or 4 guys to push him backwards, Eli.
Hey, that was a great cut by him. We did the jet sweep, and unlike earlier when we just kept going out, this time he found the first hole, planted his foot, got upfield, and was able to get 5 yards. Unfortunately, he ran into one of his blockers, and that kind of slowed him down, so hopefully we can keep going there.
We do have a flag down at the 50-yard line. It looks like the referees are pointing toward the Wildcats. This is a holding call against the Wildcats, so that will back them up. The down will remain first down. They back the Wildcats up to their own 40-yard line, so I guess technically a net loss of 9 yards here. So it'll be 1st and 19, 9:18 left in the first half. 14-7 is our score here from Blankenship Field. Looking around our district, we do also have the Powell and Lenore City score. In the second quarter, Powell is up 35-0.
Not surprising there, James.
The Wildcats on 1st and 19 have the ball. The Hayden Tarwater takes the snap, looking to throw to Brandon Hayward, who's wide open, nobody in coverage, and drops it after I thought he caught it. He apparently did not catch it. Dropped the ball, so it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Unfortunately, I think Brandon was too worried about making a move after he caught it and couldn't secure it there. So he was kind of dancing around before he actually held on to it and looking downfield.
So that will be 2nd and 19 for the Wildcats with 8:56 left in the second quarter here from Blankenship Field. The Wildcats are on their own 40-yard line, moving away from Jackson Square. They will send 3 receivers to the right of Hayden Tarwater. Also, DeJavis Dozier will go to the right. Hayden takes a snap, looks to his right, throws out to Andrew Ferreira. Andrew makes a few moves, gets up close to the 44-yard line, and not much further there. Andrew Ferreira, a nice little receiver for the Wildcats, has a lot of speed and very shifty, great hands as well.
Oh yeah, that was, not a bad play call there because they're leaving us with numbers on the edge, but unfortunately he wasn't able to get much out of that one.
And it will put the Wildcats in a 3rd and very long 16. Going to be hard to pick it up here. Eli, what are your thoughts on the play call here?
You might want to maybe not go for all of it right here. Maybe get close, an intermediate route or something just to see if you can get enough to maybe go for it on 4th down.
The Wildcats send 2 receivers each side. Hayden Tarbar takes a snap, looks all around, wants to go deep. He does go deep, has Brandon Hayward, and just off his fingertips at the 20-yard line. So the Wildcats looks like they will have to punt, but there is a flag on the field right at the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be an illegal shift on the Wildcats, and it looks like that the Campbell County Cougars are going to decline the penalty, is the original signal that I saw. It is a legal shift. It is going to be a decline penalty, so it'll bring up 4th and 16 for the Wildcats. The ball at the 43-yard line, 8:04 left in the first half here, and the Wildcats will bring in their punters out. They lead 14-7, the Wildcats do. The 2 punters, Jacob Burvin and Brian Kelly, either one possibly could fake it here. We've seen it before, Eli.
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't put it past us. We got some momentum going here, and we seem just to step off on a couple of those plays earlier. I wouldn't put it past us to get a little something going.
Campbell County runs punt safe. Jacob Burvin has the snap, delays, eventually kicks, end over end it goes. Ball's going to hit at the 30 or the 26-yard line, bounce to the 20, roll inside, keep rolling ball down to the 17-yard line. Again, we've talked about it before. Not necessarily the prettiest looking punt, but very effective, and the Wildcats pin the Campbell County Cougars deep in their own territory.
Hey, that third bounce there, it kind of popped up, and you're like, well, it's not going to do anything. And then it just said, hey, I'm going to go back 5 more yards. That's kind of nice. I like it.
The Cougars will have it 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. 7:50 left in the first half here. 14-7 is our score. You're listening to us on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Channel 15, as well as as 92.7 FM. And the Campbell County Cougars will send 3 to the right. White hands off to Allen. Allen looks to go up the middle, and he's going to be strung out to the side and pushed back to the 15-yard line by a pack of Wildcats.
James, I think I understand now why they keep running up the middle. He is not a good outside runner. He's not very fast, and luckily for us, our guys were just waiting on him. And so good job by the defense.
Really nice pursuit by our linebackers of Burvin and Kelly and Hunley, as well as I believe Marcus Melton is in there as well. The Wildcats defense sets up at the 15-yard line. The Cougars send 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. It's going to be Allen in the backfield with White. White takes the snap, looks deep, feeling a little bit of pressure, throws the screen route. Screen route goes to Allen. Allen makes a few moves, going to be chased down, it looks like, by Burvin and Kelly, but not before he gets the first down with 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
Hey, I'm going to tip my hat to him there. That was a good play call there. Just tunnel screen, and they had some blockers out front for us, and we didn't have a whole lot of people there waiting on them.
As we said, 1st and 10 for Campbell County. 6:45 left in the first half here. 14-7. The Wildcats do have a lead. The Wildcats will get the kickoff in the second half. So if the Wildcats can get a stop, possibly put some points on here at the end of the half, and maybe get the ball to start the second half. Snap goes to White. White takes it, hands it off to Allen. Allen fights through several tackles and only gets 3 yards. Great pursuit there. Great job by the defensive line tonight for the Wildcats.
Hey, what I like there is they tried to pull their guards, and our defensive lineman was able to, take out those pulling guards, and it causes a pile. I love it. It's like the wrong shoulder where we were always taught, James, when we were there, and it helps cause a pile, and it gives the running back nowhere to go.
The Cougars will send 2 receivers each side. 2nd and 6 for the Cougars. Ball is at the 34-yard line. They hand off to Allen once again up the middle, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage by the Wildcat defense.
Ooh, love it. Caused the pile right in the hole. He had nowhere to go. I think that was Brian Kelly there stuffing that hole. Great job by the defense.
It's going to be 3rd and what I would call 7. 5:40 left in the first half. Wildcat defense would love to get another stop here. Possibly, like we said, get some more points on the board. 14-7, the Wildcats do lead. 3 receivers to the right of White, 1 to the left, as well as Allen to the left. Probably going to have to throw here. Wildcats might want to be wary of that screen pass that they ran last time. They move Allen to the right. They're going to roll White out. White looks over to his receiver. It's going to be caught at the 45-yard line and forced out of bounds at the 47. So Campbell County picks up the first down with 5:08 left in the first half.
James, that's a tough route to cover there. It's like about a 5 to 10 yard out, and it's basically the wide receiver in the sideline. And, he rolled out, was able to get away from the pressure and complete that pass there.
Campbell County now has their first down at the 48-yard line. They mark it down. 4:50 left in the first half here. It's going to be a handoff once again to Allen, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It looks like Campbell County wants to establish that run up the middle, and the Wildcats have made an adjustment, and they're just not getting that anymore.
Hey, they had that one play after the interception when we were kind of reeling. But other than that, the defense has been really holding their own here.
Campbell County brings in an H-back, a little blocking back in the backfield right behind the line of scrimmage there, hoping to pick up another blocker. They do send 2 receivers to the left of White, 1 to the right. Allen to the left of White. It's going to be a handoff to Allen right behind that blocking back, and a tackle is made there, looks like by the safety, Price Davis, and is going to set up a 3rd and 4.
Hey, well, I said that, and then they run right up the middle there and get a little bit more yardage. But again, nothing much. You still got 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 here, so hopefully we can come up with a stop this time.
Wildcat defense needing a stop at the 46-yard line of their own 46-yard line. The Campbell County Cougars have it. 3:45 left in the first half here. 2 receivers to the left for White, 1 to the right, as well as Allen to his left. It's going to be a handoff once again to Allen, and it's met in the hole by Brian Kelly and stopped. Going to be stopped at the 45-yard line. Great play by the defense of the Wildcats, and it looks like the Cougars are going to keep the offense out on the field.
Hey, fantastic job by Brian Kelly. They had an H-back to try to blow him out. He just slid right off of him and made the tackle.
Cougars going quick, snap it to Allen, and he's going to be stuffed once again and forced backwards at the 43, and I think they've marked him short, Eli, as the Oak Ridge offense is starting to come out on the field. They're almost sure.
I don't know, man. It's that back judge again. He keeps trying to give him extra yardage. I don't like that guy. He was like way past it, even nowhere near it.
What a play by the Wildcat defense, and a great second effort there by Jacob Burvin and Brian Kelly, who Allen was trying to lean forward. They hit Allen in the back. He wasn't able to pick up the first down. It's going to be a first down, Oak Ridge.
I love it. Brian Kelly, the running back, he was trying to lean forward. Brian Kelly just grabbed a hold of him and slung him backwards. Great job by him on that play.
3:11 left in the first half here for the Wildcats. 14-7 is the lead for the Wildcats. Ball is at the 43-yard line. Wildcat offense would love to pick up some points, as we have said here before. Slight mist coming down. Kind of a continual mist that has been coming down all night long. The Wildcats offense just now to the line. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 3 receivers to the right for Hayden Tarwater, 1 to the left. He sends Hunley in motion to the left. Hunley cuts it, makes a cut, makes a guy miss. He's at the 50-yard line. It's going to be slung out of bounds, but a late flag comes in on, I believe it might be the Wildcats. Believe we're a little excited, maybe blocked a guy out of bounds at about the 47-yard line of the Cougars.
Holding again, James.
It's going to be a holding penalty on the Wildcats. The flag was thrown, though, by the far back guy back behind the Campbell County defense, and the flag was 10 yards upfield, so it's probably going to be first down again. But maybe 1st and 10, 1st and 11.
It's going to be close to that, James. Kind of a weird call. Do it right down there.
I believe what was happening is the Wildcats got Tyrese Allman out on a block, and Ja Hunley made a nice cut, followed Tyrese, and Tyrese was able to get upfield, and I'll say maybe the Campbell County guy kind of gave up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Tyrese is being very aggressive, which you always love to see.
It's going to be 1st and 15 for the Wildcats. Ball is now at their own 39-yard line. 3:07 left in the first half here. Wildcats lead 14-7. Hayden Tarwater has 2 receivers to each side to Javis Dozier in the backfield. Going to fake to the right. And scrambling around in the backfield. Can't take a sack here as Hayden Tarwater does at the 30-yard line. And he was just kind of wrapped up, trying to step out of a tackle, trying to keep his eyes downfield, and it's going to be a big loss for the Wildcats.
James, I'm not sure if that was a fake key pass and then hope for something downfield, or if he looked at the key pass and it wasn't there. And so
It looked like it was what you were trying to say. Maybe a fake key pass and a handoff to Javis. Maybe a miscommunication on the play there. And Hayden just kind of had to scramble around and make up his own play. And it's going to be a loss. 2nd and 20 for the Wildcats. 2:18 left in the first half. Hayden takes a snap. Handoff up the middle is going to go to Dozier. Dozier runs over a guy at the 35. Keeps his legs turning at the 40. And he's going to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Going to put the Wildcats in, 3rd and somewhat manageable, as it's going to be 3rd and what I think is going to be 13.
Yeah, he basically got the sack, the yardage we lost from the sack back. So, it's still, not too bad of a 3rd down. But again, just that sack really kind of messes up there.
While the Campbell County Cougars take a timeout, we'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. James Branson, along with Eli Manning, Mark and Shauna Haste, Brian Bennett, our person back at the station, David Clary, the executive producer for us tonight. We have our camera personnel, Isaiah Seal, as well as Austin Gore, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Matthew Charles, Drew Thomas, and Alex Waraxa. The Wildcats are set up in a 3rd and 13, which is much more manageable than the 23 yards they had to go in the previous down. 2:01 left in the first quarter here. Campbell County took a timeout to preserve maybe a little time for themselves. They set up in a little bit of a shell defense here. They drop about 8 people. It's going to be a draw play to Dozier. Dozier keeps his legs turning. He got hit at about the 38-yard line of the Wildcats. He still made 3 yards and was able to get to the 41-yard line.
I mean, great effort by Dozier there, but unfortunately for the draw, you want your lineman to open up like a pass, but then push them outside. The lineman just kind of opened up and didn't touch anybody, and Dozier was just kind of rushing for his life there.
It's going to be a 4th and 12 for the Wildcats. Ball is going to be at the 41-yard line, as well as the clock is down to 1:56 in the first half. 14-7 is the lead for the Wildcats. You are listening to us on 92.7 FM, as well as Oak Ridge Schools Channel 15, prepradio.com. Eli, we're pretty lucky here. It's a somewhat quick-moving game. Hadn't had any injuries other than the pregame injury to Coach Gaddis.
James, don't jinx us now, buddy.
As a couple scores from around the area. If you are a Braves fan, the Braves and the Houston Astros have just started Game 3 of the World Series going on down in Atlanta right now. Ray County currently up on Coffee County 14-0 as well. One of the potential opponents for the Wildcats. The Wildcats come out in punt formation with Kelly as well as Bervin back deep. The snap this time is going to go to Bervin. Bervin is going to roll to his right, delay as long as he can, and eventually kick it away. The ball is going to be caught at the 26-yard line. Actually, pretty nice kick through the air. Unfortunately, there's going to be no roll on the play as it was caught in the air.
That was a nice kick, though, because now they got to drive the entire field. They're on the 26-yard line, so that's a lot of a lot of ground to cover in a minute and 48 seconds. And so, that puts them in a tough position here. And the way our defense has been playing, I think we're in pretty good shape here.
1:48 left in the first half here. Campbell County has the ball on their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10, 14-7. The Wildcats lead. Campbell County comes out with 5 wide receivers. 2 receivers to the left of White, 3 to the right. White is in the backfield by himself. Would love to possibly get an update on the Ottawa-McMinn County game, but that is not posted as of right now. 5 seconds left on the play clock. White is going to take it. It's going to be quarterback draw. Has no room right away, but makes some room. It's going to be tackled by Brian Kelly, and about a 5-yard gain there. Going to set it up 2nd and 5.
Hey, good job by Ethan Hewitt there. He was able to push his man back into the quarterback, and that stopped the quarterback from getting any type of progress and let everybody else kind of catch up to him.
1:28 left in the first half. 3 receivers to the right of White, 2 to the left, 5 wide receivers total. White's going to take it, look to his left. He throws a little hitch right, nice little hit right at the 35-yard line there. That hit was by, I believe, number 12, Marcus Melton.
Ooh, that was a nice little hit on him. He went up in the air, and Melton just put him down. I like it.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. 1 minute left in the first half, or for the Cougars, I'm sorry. 1 minute left in the first half. They don't seem to be in too much of a rush here, as we now are 50 seconds left in the first half. Handoff's going to go to Allen. Allen probably going to have his first down, but I don't know. It's right at the 36-yard line, and both of the line judges have marked it that at the 36, and it's going to be a first down. They will give them a first down at the 36-yard line. It looks like they were going to go hurry up, but they have to call a timeout.
They spiked it.
They spiked it. I'm sorry. Thank you for paying attention for me, Eli. So they spike the ball, stops the clock, 36 seconds left in the first half. Going to be 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars. 5 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 3 to the right of White. White is going to have to try to pick up a chunk yardage play here if Campbell County wants a shot at scoring, but the Wildcat defense would not want to see that. White takes the snap, looks deep, has one man open. The ball is in the air. It's going to be caught by, I believe that is number 1, Corin Williams.
Come on, dude.
And going to be tackled at the 25-yard line of the Wildcats, and a late penalty comes in.
Completely unnecessary late hit there. What? No reason to do that. Their guy was getting up and he just shoved him right back down. No reason to do that.
And it's going to be a first down already. The only question is, where is the ball going to be spotted? Will it be at the 25-yard line where the play was basically stopped, or will it be a little bit further, as Eli described, a possible personal foul after the play against the Wildcats? 28 seconds left in the first half. What is the call? Personal foul on Oak Ridge. The yardage that will be stepped off from this point, I think on a personal foul, might be half the distance to the goal.
Oh, I think that was Jaden Williams. Just totally unnecessary penalty.
Ball will be put at the 12-yard line of the Wildcats. As we said, 28 seconds left in the first half, 14-7, the Wildcats lead. Defense needs to step up here to stop that. White takes the snap, rolls out to his right, looks to the end zone. It's going to be tipped off the fingers, incomplete. And the Wildcats do need to be careful as we're getting, it's a little back and forth going on here. Just got to keep in your mind, you can't lose control.
Can't lose control. I bet I know what's happening there. We're getting a little talking. They're tipping at each other a little bit here. And so we got to hold our composure, because you do not want to give up a score here because of a dumb penalty.
It looks like there was a penalty on the play, and it's a offsides penalty on the Wildcats, and that penalty will be stepped off. Well, there was a penalty, and there still says 2nd and 10, and now the penalty is stepped off. It was a offsides penalty on the Wildcats. Ball is placed at the 7-yard line. 21 seconds left in the first half. 14-7. Wildcats lead. The defense would love to have a turnover here to stop this drive. 5 wide receivers total. 2 to the left of White, 3 to the right. White in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looks to his right. Gets it out quick. Nearly picked off. And Brian Kelly wishes he could have that back, because there was nobody. And I mean, not even a soul within 5 yards of him, not even one of his own guys. He could have run into the end zone for a touchdown.
God, he read it perfectly. Was right there. If he could have just held on and he'd been gone.
18 seconds left. 14-7 the lead for the Wildcats. 2nd and 5. Ball is on the 7-yard line. White now has 4 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to the right. The second receiver is on the line of scrimmage. He moves closer to the hash mark here. White is looking into Jackson Square. He rolls to his right, wants to throw, does throw to the back of the end zone. Receiver falls down, incomplete. Gonna bring up 3rd and 5 with 11 seconds.
Hey, a good job. I think that was Burvin there with some pressure up and it made him have to throw that out of the back of the end zone. Good job by Burvin to get some pressure on the QB there.
The ball was nowhere close. I think White basically decided, my guy's not going to catch it. I'm going to throw it out of the end zone, save the down, maybe try to play for another down. It's going to be 3rd and 5, ball at the 7-yard line. As we said, 14-7 the lead for the Wildcats, 11.9 seconds left in the first half. They bring a tight end in. That is number 6. He is on the left side of White. Allen now moves to the right of White, who is in the backfield. White takes the snap, fakes a handoff, rolls off to his right, has room if he wants to run, throws out, gets a grain, and tipped once again, this time by Price Davis. You gotta love the effort by the Wildcat defense so far, though.
They thought they had him tricked there. They tried to roll him out, but then sneak the wide receiver in behind in the middle of the field, but Price Davis read it perfectly and got his hand on that ball.
I would like to give a quick shout out, Eli, to my wife and my kids who are listening. My wife saved the day for us tonight only because she brought us our top view camera. I left it at my house and did not bring it, so a big thank you to her for helping us out tonight.
Thanks, Ashley.
7 seconds left. 4th and 5. 4 receivers to White's right, 1 to the left. Wildcats lead by 7. This could be the final play, the final stop to keep that lead as the Wildcats go into halftime, and Matt Price looks like he's going to take a timeout. We will take that timeout with him. We will be back in 30 seconds.
Hey, that's Jake Bain right there, buddy.
Eli, you and I are having a nice little discussion with one of our coaches, Tommy Miner, next door about some former players who had several dropped interceptions our senior year. I'd hate to throw anybody under the bus, but we had a pretty good middle linebacker our senior year. Just had several dropped interceptions.
Man, our buddy, he was a heck of a middle linebacker. Actually ended up walking on at Alabama. And, God bless him. I think he finally got one.
Science Hill?
Yeah, he finally got him one. But, man, he had some in his hand just like Brian Kelly there multiple times.
Here's the stage as we head into the final play for the Cougars. 7 seconds. 7-point lead for the Wildcats. 4th and 5 on the 7-yard line. 14-7 the lead. Cougars come out in kick formation to kick a field goal. The Wildcats, if they do this, will hold the Cougars here. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is going to be blocked by the Wildcats, and they come up with a stop with 1.2 on the clock. 7-point lead going into halftime, Eli.
Heck yeah, baby, I love it. Man, they got us our heart pounding on that last drive there. But a heck of a stop by the defense. Come up with no points. Give us all the momentum going into half so that we come out here with the ball back. Take advantage.
14-7. It looks like the Wildcats possibly are going to take a knee here with the ball on the 13-yard line. Eli gave my shout out. Do you want to give your quick shout out to your family listening at home?
Yeah, definitely shout out to my wife, my 2 kids. I hope they're in bed right now, but definitely shout out to my wife. Love you, girl.
The Wildcat offense is on the field. Hayden Tarwater in shotgun formation, 2 receivers each side. In motion is going to come Rogers, but DeJavis Dozier breaks it, run up the middle. He's at the 35, at the 40, and a nice little run there to end the play, in the half, as it's about a 25-yard run by DeJavis. I'm sure that Campbell County just thought we were going to take it to half, Eli.
I think so, and I think that's sending the message, hey, we're coming right back at you after this halftime, so be ready.
And the Wildcats will get it as they kicked off in the first half. Campbell County took the ball, so the Wildcats will have the ball to start the second half, up 14-7. Eli, your thoughts here on the first half so far?
You know, we've had some nice drives. Defense is playing heck of a ball game. But what's killing us right now are just self-inflicted wounds. 2 offensive drives have been kind of stopped because of holding penalties that put us really far back. And then that interception, that's about the only reason they scored is because it got our defense on the heels. So if we can stop, with the penalties and stop with, these things, drive killers at the beginning of our offensive drives, I think we'd be up by more right now.
Eli, big night here for the Wildcats, obviously senior night, obviously homecoming, and we have our Hall of Fame night here tonight. We have those coming up at halftime, so a little bit of extended halftime here for the Wildcats, but a really special night. We'll have time for Mark and Shauna Hayes to finish up with their statistics, as well as Mike Sheehan, who will have a score summary here for us at halftime. The Wildcats do lead 14-7. We will be back after this 3-minute timeout.
Tomorrow when it really feels good. He just walked out. I don't know which way he went. I think he was with Drew to check on the camera. So he's probably down on the stairs right there. How long does the break need that? Did he say, you remember when he said 3-minute break?
Welcome back to Blankenship Field. James Branson back here. Thank you for tuning us in on 92.7 FM, as well as Oak Ridge Schools Channel 15 and prepradio.com. We are now joined by Mike Sheehan, who will have our scoring summary. Would like to, as we said, homecoming just occurred here at Blankenship Field. Alex Dahl was our king, as well as I believe Emma Munger was our homecoming queen. So congratulations to those two, king and queen. We're about to have our Hall of Fame here Hall of Fame induction here at Blankenship Field. Mike, you have our first half scoring summary. Very eventful first half. Maybe not a whole lot of points on the board, but, very eventful, very exciting game.
Yeah, a whole lot of action, a whole lot of unnecessary penalties that really hurt us. But what a tremendous defensive stand we had there at the very last, James. That was a great play by the Wildcats. I mean, they had like 8 opportunities to get the ball in the end zone, but the Wildcats would have no part of it, and they go into this with a good 14-7 lead. Start things off, the Campbell County Cougars started the scoring off. Quarterback C.J. Allen ran one in from 2 yards out after a good 30-yard run by their running back to get it down to the 2-yard line. C.J. ran it in. Latham Clark then came in for the Campbell County Cougars, kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Cougars led early at 6 minutes and 43 seconds into the first quarter, 7-0. And then, with 5:40 seconds left, just about 14 seconds later, Jai Hunley took a beautiful pass from Hayden Tarwater out into the flat and then raced 72 yards down the field for the Wildcats for a very exciting 7-6 ball game. Then Efren Rodriguez came in for the Wildcats, kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats tied the game at 7-7. Then in the second quarter, with 11 minutes and 44 seconds into the second quarter, a mere 14 seconds into the second quarter, Hayden Tarwater threw a 27-yard pass to Brandon Hayward into the right corner of the end zone. He hauled it in, and the Wildcats went up 13-7. Then Efren Rodriguez, after kicking the ball into the end zone for a touchback, the Cougars started the drive on the 20, could not get that drive going because the Wildcats played great defense. Then Hayden scored that 27-yard pass to Brandon. Efren Rodriguez kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 14-7. Then some personal foul penalty by Campbell County really helped Oak Ridge's cause. But then we got called for holding, and then it started to rain really hard with about 8:04 left in the second quarter. And we had a few drops. We just couldn't get the drive going, and the Wildcats couldn't get the ball into the end zone. And then with 12 seconds left, Oak Ridge's Darren Osborne blocked an attempted field goal by the Campbell County Cougars, and the halftime score ended up the Wildcats 14, Campbell County 7.
Mike, I want you to stay right here for a moment as a couple scores of interest for us. We don't have a score of the Ooltewah-McMinn County game just yet. Obviously, that's a potential opponent for the Wildcats.
Oh, yeah.
But we do have one for the Ray County-Coffee County game. Ray County was up 14-0. They are now only leading 21-14. Another potential opponent for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting game down there, no doubt about it. And I'd rather go to McMinn County really than I would to Ray County on a personal level. I'll go wherever we go. But I would love to see them pull that game out.
And would you go over those two quick scenarios for the Wildcats? If we win, we play. If we lose, we play.
If we win, we go to McMinn County. If we lose this ball game, we go to Ray County. And Ray County, to me, is a much tougher venue, if you will, and a little bit longer trip, not a whole lot. But as I said earlier, I prefer McMinn County. So hopefully we can hang on to this lead and add to it here in the second half. This rain's put a damper, literally, a play on words, but very true, on this football game.
We appreciate you, Mike, for what you do for us, and appreciate your analysis there.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jay. I'll see y'all after the end of the game.
We will now send it over to Mark Haste, who will have our first half statistics. Mark, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much, James. Oak Ridge, as you said, leads at the half by a score of 14-7 over the Campbell County Cougars. Looking at the statistics, first for Oak Ridge, they're led on the ground by DeJovis Dozier. He has 58 yards on 7 carries. Kendall Jackson has 11 yards on 2 carries. Jay Hunley, 7 yards on 2 carries. Elijah Rogers has a carry for no yards, and then Hayden Tarwater has a carry for -9 yards. So as a team, the Wildcats have rushed the ball 13 times, gaining 67 yards on the ground. That's an average of 5.2 yards per carry. Passing for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, they're led by Hayden Tarwater. He is 7 of 12 for 119 yards. He has 1 interception on the night and 2 touchdowns. Receiving for the Wildcats, Jay Hunley leads the Wildcat receiving corps with 82 yards on 4 receptions. His long was a 72-yard touchdown reception. Brandon Hayward also with a touchdown reception. He has 34 yards on 2 receptions. Rounding out the receiving corps for the Wildcats is Andrew Ferreira. He has a 3-yard reception. So, as a team, the Wildcats rushed the ball 13 times, totaling 67 yards on the ground. They have 119 yards through the air on 7 receptions for a total offense tonight of 186 yards. Wildcats earned 4 first downs in the first half. They've been penalized 5 times for 52 yards. Now look at Campbell County. They're led on the ground by their hard worker, C.J. Allen. He has carried the ball an impressive 17 times, totaling 73 yards on the ground. He also has a touchdown, or the sole touchdown for the Cougars. Also rushing the ball is quarterback Hunter White. He has 2 carries for 5 yards. So as a team, the Campbell County Cougars have 19 rushes for 78 yards. That's an average of 4.1 yard per carry. Passing, Hunter White for the Cougars. He's 7 of 13 for 90 yards. As I said, he has no interceptions on the night. Receiving for the Cougars, Ethan Miller leads the Cougar receiving corps with 43 yards on 2 receptions. Mason Shanks has 2 receptions for 23 yards. C.J. Allen has a 14-yard reception, and Devin Jones has 10 yards on 2 receptions. So, as a team, the Cougars have 78 yards on the ground on 19 carries. They have 90 yards through the air on 7 receptions for a total offense tonight of 168 total offensive yards. Cougars have 8 first downs in the first half and 1 penalty for 15 yards. So, look at the team side by side. Rushing, Oak Ridge 186, or rather 67. Campbell County 78. Passing, Oak Ridge has 119 yards. Campbell County 90. Total offense, Oak Ridge 186 total offensive yards. Campbell County 168. First downs, Oak Ridge has 4 in the first half. Campbell County has 8. Penalties, Oak Ridge 5 penalties for 52 yards. Campbell County 1 penalty for 15 yards. So as I said, Oak Ridge leads 14-7. Back to you, James.
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate what you and Shauna do for us on every Friday night and during basketball season. Would like to give you a little update on the Hall of Fame inductees tonight at Blankenship Field. The first one some Wildcat fans will know, Jason Altman, who played soccer for the Wildcats and was All-State and All-American, also played football for the Wildcats, and he was All-State in that as well. The Wildcats also had George Dykes, who was a 1958 graduate of Oak Ridge High School and played basketball at Oak Ridge High School. Stephen Oliphant was the other inductee, as well as Kiki Stewart, the all-time leading Lady Wildcat basketball scorer for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. So that about sums up our halftime coverage so far. We will take a 3-minute break, and we will be back. As Mark said, the Wildcats do lead 14-7 at half.
That's your knuckles? Gosh. That's not healthy.
Hey. What, did you say something? I wasn't listening.
How's the battery? Is the battery okay? Yeah, doing fine.
You look a little wet.
Yeah, I am.
God. It's cold. I'm going to wear shorts under mine. Because I got a state-of-the-art North Face.
State-of-the-art.
State-of-the-art. I mean, my hoodie is completely freaking soaked around my knees right. But other than that, I'm good.
So are you eating two slices of pizza at once?
That's innovative.
Oh.
It doesn't even look like it's raining that hard. It looks like it's just like a constant mist.
It's annoying is what it is.
You need me? Oh, this is hard.
I can be a commentator. I'll sit right here and commentate. I'll take his job. It's about to stop raining. It's about to stop. Who was Bubbles?
Don't be skipping leg day.
Thank you for tuning in to us. James Branson along with Eli Manning, Mark and Shauna Hayes, Mike Sheehan, as well as Alex Waraxa, Drew Thomas, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, and Matthew Charles are our camera personnel on the field tonight, braving this slight mist. It's just constant. But you got Isaiah Seals and Austin Gore up here helping us out with the top view tonight. Would like to make a quick announcement. Calling all of our 30,000 great ORHS alumni out there to get involved in the first annual Oak Ridge Public Schools Give Back program. Who helps determine the future of our great city and the quality of education and services in Oak Ridge schools? You do. We could use your help by giving back to your alma mater. You have the opportunity to contribute to the ongoing tradition of excellence. Of course, the size of your gift and the way that you give depends on your personal circumstances. Donate and make Oak Ridge even better by visiting www.orpsef.org today and get involved. Make sure you share your involvement on Facebook and encourage others to follow. Go Wildcats. I guess we now have to change that to also Meta, since Facebook is changing, for some reason, its name. Eli, on first half, we have about 2 minutes left coming out of halftime here. Some cool first half or halftime events happening. Kiki Stewart, one of the Lady Wildcats. Kiki, we went to school with.
Oh, yeah.
We got inducted into the Oak Ridge Schools Hall of Fame, Oak Ridge Sports Hall of Fame.
Oh, she definitely deserved it. She killed it here on the basketball team. I remember it seemed like every day she was breaking records or something when we were in school. So great job to her.
I think she has the points and the rebound record, and had a our freshman year had a very memorable event out in Arizona, the Nike Invitational, which the Lady Wildcats are going to this year. Kiki, at that time, hit a three-pointer at the buzzer to beat Archbishop Carroll, who was nationally ranked at that time.
great job there. I mean, geez, you're bringing back memories here, James. I like it. Big shout out to Kiki. Awesome job. Proud of you.
And I think she has a fairly famous brother. Maybe played receiver here a few years ago. I think he might be in the Sports Hall of Fame eventually.
Maybe. I think you're right. Maybe.
Maybe T. Higgins will. It's questionable. No, we're kidding. Obviously, T, I'm sure at some point you will get in. Eli, your thoughts here on the first half as the Wildcat, or on the second half, the Wildcats, what do we have to do in the second half here to expand our lead and take this game into the win column and, onto the road next week, wherever we end up going, either McMinn County or Ray County?
I mean, what we've had so far has been working, and the defense is playing a heck of a job, and the offense has had some good drives going. The unfortunate thing is we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We had 2 holding penalties on back-to-back drives that kind of killed those drives, and then the interception at the beginning of the game kind of got our defense on their heels, and they were able to take advantage. That was their only score. So I think if we can eliminate those penalties, eliminate the mistakes that we're doing, and just clean everything up, I think we got a good shot at putting a few more scores and sealing this game.
Man, one of the most impressive things, obviously the scores are really nice, but the most impressive thing was that last stand there on the second and third down. Second and third down were impressive for 2 reasons. Brian Kelly nearly broke off in front of a ball, nearly would have taken it to the house. Nobody would have even touched him. And then Price Davis making a nice read, rolling out. The quarterback was White. Price was rolling with him, saw that the quarterback looked opposite, and Price dropped the opposite way, flipped his hips, dropped the opposite way. Very key play there that stopped that drive.
Oh, yeah, great job to those two guys there. Defense kind of got themselves in a little bit of a pickle there. We had a few penalties on that drive, but luckily we were able to, shut it down, have a nice goal line stand to keep them out of the end zone there. And like you said, good job to Bourbon there. You wish he caught that and put another score on there before half, and a heck of a job by Price with a heads-up play.
The Wildcats are on the field warming up. They will receive the second half kickoff. Probably want to be awake for that special teams play in case Campbell County comes out to onside. Campbell County as well warming up. We have about 2 minutes left on the warm-up clock. We will take one more break, bring you the second half coverage in 2 minutes. Wildcats lead 14-7.
Coach Manning, look at this. Look at this girl I've been talking to. Yeah, she's 20. Yeah. Huh? What just happened? God, you should have heard him last week.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning, Mark and Shauna Haste, Brian Bennett back at the station, as well as David Clary, executive producing for us tonight. Camera personnel, once again, Drew Thomas, Alex Alexa, Matthew Charles, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. Up top, we have Austin Gore and Isaiah Seal, who apparently nearly caused a collision in the hallway a moment ago. And Mark and Shauna Hayes joining us as well. Mike Sheehan, the Wildcats set to receive the second half kickoff. Hopefully you're tuning in to us, listening to us on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools, Channel 15. If you are watching this on YouTube, after the game is over, hopefully you're enjoying our coverage as well. Eli, looks like the Wildcats are going to send 3 guys back deep to receive this kick. Looks like it's going to be a pop-up kick in this scenario. Looks like it's going to go to Jai Hunley along the Campbell County sideline. It's going to be fumbled, and Campbell County says they have recovered. I thought it rolled out of bounds as Hunley was trying to recover, and we have a signal. It is going to be first down for Campbell County on the 35-yard line after that pop-up kick at about the 40-yard line.
James, I'm right there with you. Are we sure that ref's not like in their pocket or something? Because that looked like he went out of bounds, bro. I don't know, man, but hey, you hate to see it. That's not how you want to start this. Any momentum is now with them. Like, we don't need this.
Very frustrating pop-up kick there for Campbell County because Jai had to rush up to catch it as he was on the hash mark, had to basically take off on a dead sprint, just wasn't able to get to there, and Campbell County recovered. They have the ball, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Wildcats. Handoff goes to Allen. Allen stuffed in the backfield for a 1-yard gain.
Great job there. Again, nothing there. James, you said it best. Stuff.
2nd and 9. 11:40 left in the third quarter here. Just underway at Blankenship Field. Campbell County comes up with the fumble on the kickoff. White has his play call. No, he doesn't. Just kidding. He looks to the sideline, gets a new play call. He is going to have, as of right now, an H-back in the lineup for them. That is going to be number 23, Garrison, as well as Allen in the backfield. White drops, wants to look deep, throws a little screen pass out into the flat, incomplete, way over his receiver's head. 3rd and 9, Eli. This is a situation where the Wildcats have thrived all night long.
Hey, big play. You want to see them, come up here with a stop because, again, we don't want to give them any type of momentum off of the mishap on the special teams.
3rd and long at the 30-yard line. Wildcats lead 14-7 here early in the third quarter. 11-13 left in this quarter. As we said, defense needing a stop here. 3 receivers to the left of Allen, 2 receivers to the right. All of them are out. Allen's going to have to pass. He looks to his right, throws a little tunnel screen, and is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and doesn't get much further upfield than the 31-yard line. So the Wildcat defense, Ethan Hewitt there on the tackle, bows its back, forcing a 4th and 4, and the Cougar offense is still on the field.
Hey, good job by the defense there. That was a little tunnel screen, and Marcus Melton was able to snuff it out. You hope that he makes that tackle a little bit earlier, but he was able to stop him just enough so that the defense could get onto him.
4th and 3 for the Wildcat defense here. 10:40 left in the third quarter. 2 receivers each side of White. Allen now on the left of White. Wildcat defense looking to get a stop. White wants to throw, has a little out route, and it is complete, but there is a whistle. Flag is going to be thrown on the near judge to the Oak Ridge sideline. Play was halted. I'm assuming it's going to be a procedural penalty, either on us or on them. It is a false start on Campbell County. It's going to put them in 4th and 8, and now they have a decision to make. Do you go for it in 4th and long, or do you punt?
I mean, the way the offense has been playing right now, I would probably punt it, but hey, if they want to go for it, we'll stop them right here and get the ball back.
2 receivers to the right of White, 3 receivers to the left. The play clock winds. White looks to the sideline for a new play, 14-7. Wildcats leading early in the third quarter, 10:20 left. And the Wildcats could come up with a key stop here after the fumbled kickoff and put them in a good position. White takes the snap, drops, wants to throw deep over the middle. Number 6 for them there, and he connects at the 2 and walks into the end zone. Campbell County trails by 1 now.
I thought we were getting some pressure on him, but he just threw a ball up there. Maybe got a little bit of a push off on Kendall there. That was a little questionable to me, but unfortunately they were able to just go right over top there and get it.
That is Shanks on the reception for Campbell County. It will be Carr in to attempt the extra point for Campbell County. He has had a field goal blocked already tonight, nearly had an extra point blocked. Better be sure the Wildcats are going to come after this one, and they do. Nearly block it, not well hit, off to the right, but slides inside the uprights. We have a tie ball game with 10:06 left in the third quarter at 14. We will be back in 1 minute. I gotcha. I don't remember that for whatever reason.
Carr to kick off for Campbell County. Deep for Oak Ridge, number 14, Elijah Rogers.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field. The kickoff again, a short one on a pop-up by Carr, but it's going to be fielded by the Wildcats at the 40 and forced out of bounds. I believe that is Marcus Melton there on the reception for the Wildcats. So the Wildcats been put in good position by a short pop-up kick. Wildcats learned from their mistake, fielded it. Ball game is going to be tied at 14 starting this drive. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 41. Eli, your thoughts on this drive?
Hey, the big thing here is we don't need to get in a panic, okay? Let's calm down. We still can control this ball game. We are not in any type of bad situation here.
Hayden Tarwater has 2 receivers to each side. DeJavis Dozier in the backfield. Hayden sends Elijah Rogers in motion. He goes all the way across the formation. Toss goes to Dozier. Dozier cuts upfield to the 45, to the 50, and is going to be tackled for a 12-yard gain, and that is going to be a 10 bank of Oak Ridge. First down for the Wildcats.
Great play call. We've been running that jet motion and giving the ball off there. This time, that jet motion was just to help get an extra blocker there, and Javis makes a nice cut to get upfield and get a nice 10 to 11-yard pickup.
Dozier in the backfield, as well as Hayden Tarwater, your quarterbacks. Your receivers, Brandon Hayward, Andrew Ferreira, Elijah Rogers, and Jai Hunley. Hayden takes a snap on first down, gets a quick screen pass out, I believe, to Hayward. Hayward gets upfield across the 40 for a first down, nearly to the 35-yard line, and the Wildcats are moving down the field quickly.
Beautiful, beautiful. He got it and made a few guys miss, was able to slip out of a tackle there, picked up a nice gain. We got a nice drive going here. Let's keep it up.
I'm sorry, that was Elijah Rogers there on the reception. That is my fault. Picks up the 10 bank of Oak Ridge first down with 9:08 left in the third quarter. 14-14 is our score. Hayden has Dozier to his right as well as 3 receivers. He takes the snap, handoff to Dozier, goes up the middle, makes a move at the 30, still on his feet at the 25, rolling down the field to the 15, to the 10, forced out of bounds, and you know that man doesn't go down easily.
Baby, he was just driving right around everybody there. I loved it. He was taking his time, he was finding little cuts, and he just kept cruising. I love it.
First down for the Wildcats, a 10 bank of Oak Ridge first down. It will be, they say, first and goal, even though the nose of the ball is at the 10-yard line. 8:40 left in the third quarter. 14-14 is our score. The Wildcats going toward Jackson Square end zone. Tarwater sends Rogers in motion. He does go all the way across. Toss out to Dozier once again to the 5, into the end zone, and it is a Oak Ridge touchdown. The Wildcats retake the lead 20-14.
I love it. Keep feeding that man. Oh, man, he wasn't going to be denied. Great play call. Good job, Wildcats. Good job, Javis Dozier. Great drive.
Nice blocking and yardage picked up there, set up by Elijah Rogers, sealing the edge to allow DeJavis to get in the end zone. Here comes the extra point. Rodriguez will attempt. Hayden Tarwater is your holder. Price Palmer is your long snapper. The ball is placed at the 3. Hayden will have it at the 10. The spot is down. Kick is up and good by Efren Rodriguez. Wildcats now retake the lead. 21-14. 8:24 left in the third quarter. We will be back in 1 minute. James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning, Mark and Shauna Hayes, Mike Sheehan, as well as our camera personnel who have done an amazing job for us all season long so far. Efren Rodriguez is out to attempt after the touchdown by DeJavis Dozier. 2 Cougars are back to receive, and the ball is an end-over-end kick, going to bounce at the 8 and go all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Wildcat defense coming back out on the field. The Cougars will have it at the 20-yard line, and you know the Wildcat defense has to be fired up after that stop, and then a score followed by that.
Oh, yeah, James. One thing that I like about what's happened tonight is each time the Cougars have scored, we've answered it right back on offense. Now, hopefully, we don't let them score again and have to score on our end. We can just keep scoring and stop it.
The Cougars will come out 3 receivers to the right, to the left of White, 1 receiver toward his sideline. The Cougars are moving away from the Jackson Square end zone toward the north end zone. Allen now moves to the left of White. Handoff goes to Allen up the middle, finds a small crease for about 2 yards, 3 yards maybe. Eli, why don't you run down that starting defense for us for the Wildcats in the third quarter?
So for the Wildcats, we've got at defensive ends, we got J.K. Morgan and Ethan Hewitt. At defensive tackle, we got Zach Snyder. At the outside linebackers, we got Ryan Kelly, Kendall Jackson, and Marcus Melton. And then at middle linebacker, we got Jacob Irvin. At the cornerbacks, we got Elijah Rogers and Justin Crowley. And then at our safeties, we got Jaden Williams and Brandon Hayes.
It's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Cougars. White takes the snap. It is going to be deflected at the line of scrimmage by the big paw of, I believe, Darren Osborne from his defensive end position. Nice job by the senior here tonight.
Great job there. One of the things you always teach your defensive linemen is you might not always get the sack, but if you can get your hands up and deflect it, that's almost just as good.
3rd and 7. 7:43 left in the third quarter. The Wildcats lead 21-14. Campbell County has not been able to do anything on this drive so far. They send 5 wide receivers out. They have had some success on this tonight. 2 of those receivers are going to go to the left of White. 3 of them will go toward his sideline to the right. Allen, the running back, is one of those receivers. White takes the snap, looks downfield under a lot of pressure, going to be sacked at the 13-yard line, and that is going to be big Ethan Hewitt right up the middle.
Good job by the defense. That was set up by Jacob Irvin there. He had a delayed blitz. He didn't show it, and then as soon as the ball was snapped, he found the hole, went straight up to him, and that let Hewitt get the sack. Great stop there.
Cougars will be punting from the 15-yard line. They will say the forward progress of White was stopped at the Cougar 15-yard line. They will be punting nearly out of their own end zone with 7:05 left in the third quarter. Wildcats leading 21-14, hoping to get some more points here. The snap is good, nearly blocked right up the middle. and it's going to go end over end. It's going to be fielded there by Elijah Rogers. He cuts at the 45, down to the 40, and forced out of bounds. Maybe a late hit, but I can't complain too much because we did kind of run into the kicker. Luckily, no flags were thrown either way, and it's going to be a first down, Oak Ridge in Campbell County territory.
James, I'm going to say we got a hand on that ball, so it didn't matter that we ran into the kicker there. But again, good job by the defense, good job by special teams, offense. Let's take care of the business here, and let's get another score on the board.
The ball is on the right hash, the Oak Ridge hash of the 40-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars as you are looking toward Jackson Square. 6:49 left in the third quarter. 21-14, the Wildcat lead. 2 receivers each side for Hayden. Hayden looks to his right, throws to Rogers on a screen route. Gets it at the 40, gets up to about the 37-yard line after picking up a block. Short gain, but it keeps you a little bit closer to that manageable distance.
Hey, positive gains are always good. A lot better than those holding calls we got earlier in the first half. So again, positive's good.
Some subs coming in. I see Ethan Hewitt after that massive sack on defensive drive there comes. He was on the sideline. He is now at right tackle for the Wildcats. 2 receivers each side. 6:15 left in the third quarter. Rogers comes in motion toward the Oak Ridge sideline. Toss goes to Dozier toward that sideline. Dozier has it at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, 15, 10. He's going to be in the end zone. We do have a flag on the play. It was thrown from the back judge, and it is going to be a holding call against the Wildcats. I would love to see a number there because I didn't really see much of a hold, but once again, I'm watching the play call there.
Man, I'm watching Jarvis just going through everybody and getting to the end zone. Heck of a play there. You hate to see that hold they just called on us. I think the Wildcats have found something here by motioning our receiver to the other side. That's allowing us to get an extra blocker and get numbers on there, and let's keep it going.
It is going to set up 2nd and 16 for the Wildcats. Ball is going to be placed down at the 46-yard line of the Cougars. Further distance to pick up, but the Wildcats have been able to get some big plays really throughout the game.
Hey, they ain't stopping bubbles right now. Keep giving them the ball.
3 receivers are going to go to the left of Hayden. DeJavis is going to be to his left as well. 1 receiver to the right. 6:03 left in the third quarter. Quick screen route out to DeJavis, and it's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage at the 48-yard line of the Cougars. Wildcat offense is going backwards here. It's going to be 3rd and even longer now.
Just unfortunate play call there. They sent an outside linebacker, and he stunted right into where we were throwing it. It was just a simple little out route to Jarvis, and he was able to break off his route and go to Jarvis. You hope that he kind of holds it a little bit longer to help bring that guy upfield so he can't go out there, but just a good heads-up play by their outside linebacker.
5:28 left in the third quarter. The Wildcats would love to pick up maybe about 10 yards here to put them in a situation to possibly go for it as they lead 21-14. This time, Hunley goes in motion. Handoff. This time, nope. Tarwater's going to roll out. He's got it. Looks over to number 3, Justin Crowley, another senior at the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be incomplete. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to have to punt here because they are on the other side of the 50. But there is a flag down at the 47-yard line of the Cougars. They are discussing, I believe, whether the Cougars want to accept or decline. They decline the ineligible man downfield, and it will put the Wildcats in punting formation.
Again, James, just mistakes on our part got us backed up again, and we couldn't overcome it.
It's going to be 4th and 22 here for the Wildcats, who lead 21-14. 5:09 left in the third quarter here. 2 punters are deep. That would be Burvin and Kelly. Burvin, nope, it's going to be Kelly that takes it this time. Rolls slightly to his left. Kick is end over end, goes right up in the air, and it's going to be on the other side of the 35-yard line, just out of bounds is where I saw. The official is going to mark it at the 35-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars.
Not the greatest punt in the world, but again, they're still backed up in their own territory, so hopefully the defense can step up again for us.
Defense has been doing it pretty well all night. Usually when you hold an opponent to about 14 points, you're doing a pretty good job.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we stop them at 14. We're ahead right now. Let's keep it up.
5:02 left in the third quarter, 21-14. The Wildcats lead. The Cougars have it at their 34-yard line going toward the north end zone, the big scoreboard, video board. And White will have 2 receivers each side. He will have Allen to his right in the backfield. He throws a quick little screen pass out to number 1. He's going to be tackled for a 2-yard gain. Really nice job there, I believe, by Brandon Hayward from his corner position.
Yeah, great closing speed by Brandon there. He had a little bit of some space there, wide receiver, and I think that was a little bit of a run-pass option. But, again, great job by Brandon to close that super quick and not let him get much on that one.
4:40 left in the third quarter. The Wildcats, like we said, lead 21-14. Going to be 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line of Campbell County. The Wildcat defense playing well all night, and they're still signaling in their play. Campbell County has 2 receivers each side. They now move their running back, Allen, to the left. White hands it off, Allen going right, and he's going to be stuffed once again at the line of scrimmage. And the Wildcats have shut down that middle run game for the most part since the first quarter.
Oh, yeah, that was a great job. I can't tell who that was, but that was they pulled both their guard and their tackle, so they tried to get some numbers on us. But our outside linebacker, maybe that was Jacob Bourbon, was able to blow that up, get through him, and stop him.
Once again, Campbell County sends 5 wide receivers out in formation. They always send their running back to the 2 receiver side. They seem to do this in long possessions or long down and distance. And it's a fumble snap by the quarterback. It's going to be a sack at the 28-yard line. And once again, fumbled snaps, a low snap. First time it happened was on the first possession. We stopped them on 4th down. It happens here once again. The Wildcats are forcing the Cougars to punt.
Heck yeah, great stop by the defense. You know, you hate always seeing it. I feel like it's in the NFL when they drop the snap and they pick it up and then they throw a touchdown on you. But luckily, every time that they've dropped that snap, we were right on them and able to stop them.
I believe that was Darren Osborne in the backfield there, putting a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, White. It's going to be 3:08 left in the third quarter, 21-14, the lead for the Wildcats. The punt nearly blocked once again, gets away, and it's going to go out of bounds at the Oak Ridge Market at the 42-yard line, but Eli, Wildcats nearly come up with a block right up the middle.
I watched Brian Kelly that entire time. Nobody touched him. How did he miss it? Good Lord.
They had 2 guys spread out wide. They even had a guy right up the middle, and Brian Kelly just ran past all of them.
Right past him. Man, he was right there. How did he not get it?
Wildcats would love to score some points here, take a 2-possession lead, give you a little bit of wiggle room here, and hopefully give your offense a little bit more confidence. Oak Ridge offense has the ball at the 42-yard line. They're 42. 2 receivers each side. Hayden Tarwater in the backfield. They send Rogers in motion, but handoff to Dozier up the middle, and Dozier is going to maybe get about 2 yards and then going to be thrown backwards. But the Wildcats are going to be in 2nd and 8.
So good idea there, you know, fake the little jet motion because we've been going with that jet motion and then hand it off to Javas. But unfortunately, there were people waiting on him in the middle, wasn't able to get anything.
2:35 left in the third quarter here, 21-14, the lead for the Wildcats. The Wildcat offensive line done a pretty good job all night creating holes as Tarwater has 2 receivers each side. Dozier to his right. Tarwater looks to his left, looking to send Hunley in motion. He does. Fakes a handoff to Hunley. Rolls out to his right. Wants to go upfield. He does scramble upfield at the 45. Out at the 47-yard line. And we're going to have a flag come in. And it looks like it's in the area of possibly a chop block or a holding call.
That's a hold on number 6. I saw him.
Andrew Ferreira.
Andrew Ferreira. The Tarwater was trying to get outside, and Ethan just grabbed Ferreira just grabbed his jersey there, so unfortunately another mistake on our part.
It's going to set the Wildcats once again up in 3rd and very long to get distance. The positive here is you have 2nd down over. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd and 16. If you pick up maybe 5 yards here or so, put you in good position to possibly convert on 3rd down. 2:06 left in the third quarter, 21-14 the lead for the Wildcats. Wildcats have their ball on their 36-yard line. 3 receivers to the left of Hayden, 1 to the right. Hayden takes the snap, looks to his right, throws it to Rogers. Rogers gets across the 40 to the 41 before he's forced out of bounds there by number 9 for the Cougars. That is Ferguson.
Hey, not a bad little play there. We got us now within the 10-yard line, so now it's about 3rd and 10. So, again, a little pickup, not bad. Get us a little bit closer to the sticks.
The Wildcats have the ball at the 41-yard line. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The clock is stopped because Rogers went out of bounds. And the Wildcats really need to pick up this 3rd and 11. Haven't done a great job with these pickups throughout the game.
Well, we keep kind of putting ourselves in bad spots on 3rd down. So, again, this is a little bit more manageable than it's been, though.
Hayden takes a snap, handoff goes to Hundley. Hundley goes outside, cuts up the middle at the 45, at the 50, picks up a block there. He's at the 40, at the 35, and gets forced out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And, man, the Wildcats won all of it tonight because they are laying some blocks all over the field. Eli, you got to love that as a coach.
I love seeing people on the ground from our blockers there blocking for your people getting the ball. And a shout-out to Hundley there. We ain't seen him get the ball in his hands in a minute. He split 2 guys right in the middle and was able to pick up that first down. Great run by Hundley. Great job blocking by everybody else.
10 bank of Oak Ridge, first down. The Wildcats have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of the Cougars. 1:47 left in the third quarter. Wildcats lead 21-14. They send Rogers in motion. Toss goes to Dozier. Dozier cuts right up the middle. Huge hole at the 20, 15, 10. Dragged down, and it looked like the only way they were going to get him down was by basically a horse collar here because he was pulled down by his numbers. They're not going to call that, but we do have a flag down at the 30-yard line. I'm not sure how the Wildcats, I'm assuming this is going to be a holding penalty. I'm not sure how the Wildcats keep getting this because the holes are ginormous. We keep sealing the edge.
Dude, you're exactly right, James. In this play, we're getting numbers on them. They're not adjusting whatsoever. There's absolutely no reason to hold on them. We're just blowing them out, and Javas has plenty of room to run. I don't know who keeps holding, but we just stop grabbing people.
Wildcats will have the ball at the 40-yard line of the Cougars. It is going to be 1st and 19. So apparently the hold was called 1 yard downfield on their previous play. Interesting. And the Wildcats will be on the left hash as they head into Jackson Square. 1:25 left in the third quarter. Wildcats lead 21-14. 2 receivers each side for Hayden Tarwater to Javis Dozier to the left of Tarwater. He throws a quick screen pass out to Hundley in space, and he gets 2 or 3 yards upfield, and another flag comes in. And it's going to be another holding call against the Wildcats, and I'm not sure how you can hold. I'm not sure how the Wildcats can hold when literally the pass was out within a second of receiving the snap.
James, I completely agree with you. It's getting a little crazy, and now, I think our players are getting frustrated, and I think somebody just kind of said something to the ref, and they're going to call an unsportsmanlike conduct right here.
The referees getting too involved, if you ask me, in this ball game here and putting themselves in the middle of the ball game, and that only brings trouble for both teams, if you ask me. It's only going to get both teams aggravated at one each other, and it's only going to possibly cause more personal foul penalties because of over-reffing. This is over-reffing at its finest.
I completely agree with you, James. Let them play the game. Stop trying to take control of it. Stop calling all these unnecessary penalties.
If these holds are so egregious, you would think that Hundley would have scored on that play. He wouldn't have just gotten 3 yards.
No, I completely agree with you, James. This is getting a little out of hand.
For whatever reason, the referees are still discussing as if they are unsure about the down or distance, but they're still going to call the holding penalty. This situation, for whatever reason, the holding penalty occurred 6 yards in the backfield. 6 yards in the backfield.
Was anybody even in the backfield?
The only person that was 6 yards deep was Hayden Tarwater. Can Hayden Tarwater hold after throwing a pass?
Was that Hundley? Can Hundley hold before he catches it? I don't understand.
The ball is going to be placed at the Cougar 38-yard line. Let me say that again. The Cougar 38-yard line. The original first down is at the Oak Ridge 38-yard line. The original first down was at the Cougar 31-yard line. So the Wildcats are now in 2nd and 41, Eli.
Are you serious?
2nd and 41 after a holding call that was called 6 yards in the backfield on that previous play.
Well, you get frustrated as a player when it seems like no matter what you do, you're going to get called for something. You're playing the game and you're getting called. You got to kind of control yourself. Wait till you get to the huddle before you start, bad-mouthing under your breath a little bit, but you can't do it to the ref to his face.
It looks like the Wildcats have called a timeout. I missed that, discussing the holding call here. We do have 1:10 left in the third quarter, 21-14. The Wildcats will lead. And like we said, 2nd and 41 after consecutive holding calls. The Wildcats, at this point, you just have to pick up some yardage. Maybe whatever your 10, 15-yard plays are, try to pick up something in that range, maybe put you in a good situation to pick up a little bit more on third down. So it is still doable.
I mean, at this point, do you even touch the guy? Because you're probably going to get called for holding.
I'm not exactly sure. A little bit of an update. However, your Atlanta Braves have gone up 1-0 over the Houston Astros in Game 3, if you are paying attention to that as well. Hayden now back out on the field, sends Hunley in motion. He does hand off to Dozier coming across up the middle. He's going to have at the 45, at the 50, across midfield to the 49-yard line. So DeJavis Dozier on his own gets you about 13 yards back.
Hey, I mean, Javis is running hard. Keep giving him the ball. I mean, at this point, they're gonna get tired, and he's gonna start breaking them off, kind of like he's been. Keep giving them ball.
48 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Wildcats are in third, and now it looks about 28 as they have 35 seconds left on the clock. 3 receivers to the left of Tarwater, 1 to the right. DeJavis is to the right of Hayden. 10 seconds left on the play clock. It looks like the Wildcats possibly want to bleed this down as far as they can. Hayden hands off to Dozier going up the middle. He cuts to the right side. He has it at the 40, at the 35, and nearly back to the line of scrimmage, maybe about 2 or 3 yards short. So good play calling here has put the Wildcats, we're going to say this weird, in 4th and 11, which is manageable if you want to go for it starting the fourth quarter.
The fact that in 2 plays we got like 30 yards is pretty impressive. And now that you're in a spot that you're too close to punt almost, and you're a little bit too far away to kick a field goal, this actually is not a bad choice to go for it on 4th down.
We are going to take it into the fourth quarter. The Wildcats lead 24-14. We will be back in 1 minute. James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning. We thank you for tuning in here on FM 92.7 Oak Ridge Schools, Channel 15, and PrepRadio.com. The Wildcat offense is out on 4th and 13. 3 receivers to the short side of the field for Hayden Tarwater, 1 to the left. Hayden wants to roll, wants to throw, rolls out to his right, throws it away. In a receiver in the area, that's Brandon Hayward at the sticks, and that is going to be near a first down. Are they going to call it? Which way are they going to call it for him, though?
Bro, he was a yard past the sticks. What is that?
Wildcats were in a 4th and extremely long, in a 2nd and extremely long.
Yes,
and it is going to be a 10-bank of Oak Ridge first down as the sticks were right near where Brandon went out of bounds. Great pickup by the Wildcats.
A heads-up play by Tarwater there. He was kind of running for his life, and he was able to throw it up, and Brandon was able to high point that ball and get his foot down inbounds.
21-14 the lead for the Wildcats. 11:48 left in this game here. We are in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Hayden throws a quick pass out to his receiver out on that side. Gets upfield near the 16-yard line. I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing which receiver that is. That is Elijah Rogers there on the reception.
Hey, by the way, can we just talk about that we just got a first down after a 2nd and 41? Holy moly.
Wildcats overcoming a little bit of adversity here in the fourth quarter. Having to not only overcome the distance, but the refs as well.
Oh, yeah. Hey, 3 plays in a row we didn't get called for a holding. I'm amazed right now.
2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. 11-10 left in the game here. 2 receivers each side. They send Hunley in motion. Hunley has it going up the middle at the 15. He's going to be tackled at about the 12-yard line there, and it's going to put the Wildcats in 3rd and very short.
Very good, positive yards there. Great cut by Hunley on that jet motion, or that jet sweep right there. He plants his foot and he gets upfield and gets positive yards. It is a thing of beauty.
21-14 the lead for the Wildcats with 10:45 left in the game here against the Cougars. Wildcats have slowed down their pace here a little bit after picking up a very long 4th down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Ball is going to be placed at the 12-yard line. Tarwater has 2 receivers each side. They send Rogers in motion. Dozier is to the left of Tarwater. Toss is going to go to Dozier. Easy first down. 10, 5, into the end zone. No flags on the field. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Finally, no flag. Oh, my goodness. Great job by Dozier. The same play, putting them in motion, getting an extra man. I'm glad that they're not adjusting. I don't know how they haven't adjusted to that play yet. We get that extra blocker. Jarvis just goes right down the field. Beautiful.
Currently a 13-point lead for the Wildcats. Extra point pending. It is going to be Palmer with the snap, Tarwater with the hold, Efren Rodriguez. The kick is up, and it is good. Your Wildcats have a 2-score lead with 10:18 left in this game. We will be back in 1 minute.
Rodriguez to kick out for the Wildcats.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field as the Wildcats are set to kick off after scoring a touchdown on a run by DeJavis Dozier to go up 28-14 over the Campbell County Cougars. The kickoff is away, end over end, bounces at the 10-yard line, fumbled by the returner. He's going to have it at the 10, the 15, and be tackled at the 17-yard line. Nice coverage. Even though the kick was a little bit short, it caused a little bit of a problem there for Campbell County.
Hey, I mean, we got them down nice and deep in their own territory. Good job. I think that was Jay Williams on the tackle there. Good job by the special teams. Let's go defense.
1st and 10 for the Cougars. Ball is at the 17, 10-12 left in this ball game here. You got to think that the Cougars need to pick up first downs and get some points quickly in order to stay in it.
I mean, they're starting to run out of time, and despite them always going no huddle, they don't exactly go fast, James.
They don't either, and you can kind of tell that they're having to change their game plan. They send 4 wide receivers to their sideline, the visitor sideline. White looks that way. He goes downfield. Ball is tipped by his own receiver, thrown behind him, incomplete. That would have been a first down, but just a bad throw there by White.
Yeah, that was a bad throw. That was an interesting combination there. You had guys crisscrossing every which way, kind of hard to defend, so we got a little lucky there that it was a bad pass.
It's going to be 10:07 left in the ball game. 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Once again, 5 wide receivers. Allen is a running back out as a receiver right now. He is to the 2 receiver side, the Oak Ridge sideline. White looks toward his sideline, the 3 receiver side, to get the play call. The Wildcats lead by 14 points here. White takes the snap, looks downfield, slant route over the middle, not going to be caught. Well defended by Jaden Williams. Pass is going to be incomplete, intended for additional and a Williams for the Cougars.
Hey, he's playing with fire right now. There was somebody underneath that route ready to pick it off, so he tried to throw it high, and then Jay Williams, he let that receiver know that you don't cross the middle on us. He gave a little bit of a big hit there.
4 receivers once again go to the Campbell County sideline. 1 receiver comes toward the Oak Ridge sideline. Campbell County is going toward Jackson Square. 10:02 left in the ball game here. They have 20 seconds left on the play clock. Wildcats lead by 14. White calls the plays, gets the snap, sets his feet, wants to throw across the middle, going to be caught in between 2 defenders, and the Cougars are going to have a first down. But, man, the Wildcats were right there, could have picked it off or deflected it.
Dang, it looked like it was in our hands, on Brian Kelly's hands, but somehow their receiver was able to kind of just snatch it out of the air there.
It looks like the Cougars want to try and attack the middle of the field. They go quickly to the line of scrimmage, but then stop. It's going to be 1st and 10 for them. Ball's at their 32-yard line. 9:35 left in this ball game. White has it, takes the snap, drops, wants to throw it deep toward Williams, defended by Jaden Williams, and it's just an overthrow, incomplete. It's going to set up 2nd and 10. Jaden Williams just playing center field there, not letting anything behind him.
Hey, they're trying to take some shots, and great coverage by our secondary there. Good job by Jaden Williams. It was just off his fingertips almost. He might have had himself a little bit of an interception.
Wildcats could possibly have 2 interceptions, maybe even 3 on the night tonight. But the Cougars once again go 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 2 to the right of White. 9:24 left in the ball game. 2nd and 10. Ball is on the 32-yard line of the Campbell County Cougars. White takes the snap, looks across the middle, has a little bit of room to run, decides to throw it way over the head of his receiver. And really, the closest person back deep was one of Oak Ridge's safeties, 5 yards away.
Oh, yeah. I think he was trying to throw it to number 1 there, and there's about 3 people waiting on him. Credit to the defensive line to kind of collapse that pocket, which made their QB kind of have to step up and start getting a little antsy and try to throw that ball out there.
Wildcat fans, you might want to buckle up here as the Cougars are going to pass a lot to try to stop the clock or get big chunks of yardage here with 9:18 left in the 4th quarter. 28-14 is the lead for the Wildcats. 3rd and 10. Ball is on the Cougar 32-yard line. White directing traffic. 2 receivers to his right, 3 to the left. White looks to his left, throws quickly on a little short route. Caught at the 40, but going to be tackled immediately. Going to set up 4th and what looks like maybe a long 2, probably 2.5 yards.
A great tackle there, not allowing anything after the catch. And the great thing right now is that clock is running down. They are slowly running out of time.
Campbell County realizes they're going to have to go for it. Down 2 scores, 8:55 left in the game. 2 receivers to the left of White, 3 receivers to the right. White didn't even really get set, kind of on 1 foot there. Wildcat defense knew he wasn't going to make a play call on 4th and 2. Wildcat defense needs to stop at their own at the Cougar 40. Snap, caught. Pass is caught by Campbell County receiver at the 45-yard line, so it will be a first down for the Cougars.
I mean, the defense just brought pretty much the house on that one, but they had a nice little hitch on that, and they were able to get it out real quick. But again, James, while they did get the first down, the clock is ticking.
About 30 seconds came off before the play was even snapped, and that only benefits the Wildcats, who were up 2 scores here, 2 touchdowns, with 8:15 left in the 4th quarter. Cougars have a first down at their 46-yard line. 3 receivers to the right of White, who has to scramble, runs right into a sack, and that is either going to be a fumble or an intentional grounding. And what are they going to call? They call incomplete pass. If that's an incomplete pass, that's intentional grounding. I don't know why they haven't dropped a flag. He was still in the pocket. It looks like maybe the Cougars fell on it, but did they not signal incomplete?
You know who it was? It was that guy on the far end again. What is going on?
How is that not intentional grounding? There was not a receiver in the area, and the quarterback just threw it out there.
What?
That's intentional grounding. Refs missed another call. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the refs continue to blow calls here in the game. 4 receivers to the right of White. White takes a snap, rolls to his right, wants to go further downfield on an intermediate pass. That ball hit the ground, and the ref on the Oak Ridge sideline makes the right call. Incomplete pass.
Hey, I like that guy. Are we sure the other guy's not getting, is the Price brothers just slipping a little money in his back pocket over there? That guy needs to get out of here. I don't like him.
It's going to be 3rd and 10, 7:53 left in this ball game between the Cougars and the Wildcats. Long distance to convert here for the Cougars, who once again send 5 wide receivers out. Wildcats are are up by 2 scores, 28-14 with 7:53 left. White has his offense at the 46-yard line. Their 46-yard line. He takes the snap, looks to his right, throws across the middle to number 6. Pass is incomplete as Price Davis undercut the pass.
Hey, always teach those secondary. If they come over the middle, you make them pay for it, and Price made him pay for it. I think he just did a little bit of dance on that one. He said, don't come over the middle again, son. It ain't going to happen.
Shanks, number 6 for the Cougars, had a little bit of alligator arms there, didn't extend all the way because he saw Price Davis coming. It's going to be 4th and 10 for the Cougars at the 46-yard line. They will have to pick this up, otherwise it will be a turnover on downs for the Wildcats. 7:48 left in the fourth quarter, 28-14 the Wildcats lead. White has the snap, rolls to his right, throws a long pass, going to be complete at the 40-yard line and popped right there by Price Davis, and that is going to move the Cougars into Oak Ridge territory.
I mean, he just found the soft spot in the zone there, and they were able to get it. Just bad luck on our part there.
It's very difficult to defend the Cougars on 4 consecutive downs, especially when you have them backed up for 10 yards. And credit them, they've converted on 2 consecutive 4th downs. 7:40 left in the game. The ball is on the Oak Ridge 40-yard line as the Cougars are heading toward Jackson Square. White has 4 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Low snap. White takes it, just chucks it downfield. The ball's not even anywhere close to anybody as it falls at the 10-yard line. The closest receiver is at the 25-yard line.
So the receiver got caught up there with Price, I think. He was looking for an intercept or for a pass interference, but honestly, it looked like he ran into him intentionally there, just saying, hey, come on, call something. So luckily, we didn't get a call against us there. Good job by the defense.
It will be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars, 7:33 left in the fourth quarter. White looks once again to his sideline where they have 4 receivers. The ball is placed at the hash mark closest to the Oak Ridge sideline. 1 receiver toward the Oak Ridge sideline. It's 2nd and 10, and White is going to take the snap, look to his left. Pass goes to the left, caught at the 33-yard line, and immediately tackled there by Wildcat Price Davis.
I mean, just a quick out. We're trying to get some pressure on him, but unfortunately they just had somebody on a quick little hitch, and he just threw it up at him.
The incompletions are helping Campbell County here, but the completed passes, which are very few and far between, are causing the clock to continually run, and Campbell County is not going any faster. They're running their normal offense, and
James,
they got to score quick.
They do. Do you think they realize that they haven't really stopped our offense on this half?
I don't think so, as Allen motions into the backfield next to White. Handoff is going to go to Allen. They're going to try to rush for the first down. Looks like they get to the 29-yard line, which would give them a first down because that is where it's marked, and it will be a Campbell County first down.
James, this has been a really long drive, which is in favor of us. So, I mean, if they want to keep taking little shots and run this clock down, I'm all for it because we're up by 2 touchdowns.
About a 3-minute drive so far due to all the incompletions. 28-14 is the lead for the Wildcats. 1st and 10. Campbell County has it at Oak Ridge's 29. White takes a snap, wants to go deep once again, throws it way over the head, and number 6, Shanks, looks like to me he just fell down.
So
that was not, I don't think that was pass interference on Hunley. It looked like he fell down.
To me, like it looked like Hunley's hand was near him, but it looked like he was intentionally running into Hunley, and so that's a tough call. That's just a tough call. It almost looks like on these deep routes they're telling their receivers, "Hey, run into the secondary and hope for a call."
Well, these balls that White is throwing downfield, they're 10 yards overthrown. These are not catchable balls.
No, they're just throwing, like he's literally taking the ball and throwing it as far as he can, and they're hoping for a penalty, James.
That's going to give Campbell County a first down at the 15-yard line of the Wildcats. 4 receivers to the right of White, 1 to the left. Wildcats defense has to have a little bit of confidence here. They came up with a stop late in the first half to hold Campbell County to no points.
I agree with you, James. I mean, the field gets shorter here, less room to work with.
White takes a snap, feel a little bit of pressure, throws it out in the flats to number 8. He's got a tackle here, Wildcats, and they do for a 2-yard loss, and that was number 8 on the reception for Campbell County. Jones, great job there by the defense to recover.
A great job by Hunley there. He backed off that little out route and gave him space, and that was his only option, and Hunley just closed real quick, and there was nothing happening there.
28-14, still your lead for the Wildcats. 5:45 left in the ball game here. 2nd and 12 for the Cougars in order to convert. As Eli said a moment ago, long drive, but the Cougars have not been able to score. Wildcats are going to blitz as White rolls to his left. He throws to his left. Should be picked off. It is by, I believe, Brandon Hayward. He has it at the 15. Great stop by the Wildcat defense. White threw it right to his into the arms of Elijah Rogers. Easy pick, easy first down for the Wildcat offense to come on the field.
Another great stop by the defense there. We had a blitz on the outside, made the quarterback roll to his left, and he just threw it right to Rogers there. Great heads-up play. We caught the interception this time. Beautiful.
28-14, the Wildcats now take over on the interception, as it looks like Hunley is down, and this is an injury timeout brought to you by East Tennessee Spine and Sport. When you are injured, call Donnie at 888-5431. We will take a quick timeout with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. James Branson back here along with Eli Manning, joined by Mark and Shauna Haste, Mike Sheehan, as well as Isaiah Seal, Austin Gore, our top view camera personnel, as well as Christian Roses Rodriguez, Drew Thomas, Alex Waraxa, and I'm missing someone off the top of my head, Matthew Charles. Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 after the interception, deep in their own territory at the 15-yard line with 5:26 left. You got to think the Wildcats want to run it a lot here, eat up some more clock. They send Dozier in motion. He cuts up the middle of the field at the 20, at the 25, down to the 30, dragging defenders. And Dozier has been bulldozing over Cougars all night long.
You got that right, James. Campbell County done messed up because they ain't stopping Dozier for the rest of this game.
And that is going to be a 10 Bank of Oak Ridge first down. We do have a penalty that came in late. I will say this one's at the 32-yard line. What are we going to call? We're going to call unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cougars tonight to put the Wildcats further down the field. So within one play, the Wildcats go from their 15-yard line all the way across their 40-yard line, close to the 45-yard line, close to midfield, and it's going to be down at the 46-yard line with 5:17 left in the game.
A lot of frustration on Campbell County's part. What I always tell my players at this point, hey, they're going to get chippy with you. Just smile and wave.
The Wildcats will have it, like we said, at their own 46-yard line, moving toward the big screen end zone. 3 receivers will go to Tarwater's left. I believe Kendall Jackson is in the backfield to the right now of Tarwater. DeJavis Dozier takes Hunley's place. They hand it off to Kendall Jackson going up the middle at the 50, 45, 40. That man is going to be in the end zone, not even touched. Touchdown, Wildcats. Great play. Kendall didn't even have anybody touch him.
Nope, untouched. Nobody was touched. Nobody could catch up with him. Kendall was gone. Beautiful.
That is going to be a 54-yard touchdown by the senior on senior night. You got to know that feels good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just daylight. As soon as he got the ball, he took off. Nobody was touching him, and I'm pretty sure that just sealed the ball game, James.
Bryce Palmer to snap, Tarwater to hold, Rodriguez to attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. 21-point lead for the Wildcats, 35-14 with 5:04 left in the game. We will be back in 1 minute.
There was the outside linebacker. He blitzed up there, and he kind of read it, but as soon as Kendall got it, he just went, and he's like, oh, okay.
Rodriguez, the kickoff for the Wildcats. Move for the Cougars, number 9, Jones. Correction, Ferguson, number 8, Jones.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning for this kickoff after Kendall Jackson's touchdown. Ball will be caught at the 5-yard line, returned to the 15, up to the 20. Tackle there by Brandon Hayward, and a late flag will come in. Usually this is in the area of either holding or a chop block. We will wait to see the call from the white hat. He is getting the call from the judge on the Oak Ridge sideline. They will discuss, and it is going to be a hold on the receiving team, so the Cougars will be backed up close to their 10-yard line after the penalty. I want to give you a few updates here. In our region, Clinton is up on Carnes 35-7. Also in the region, Powell beat Lenore City 38-0 as well. And in the lower part of Tennessee, our potential teams that we will play, McMinn County is up on Ottawa 10-0, and Ray County is up 21-14, the last update that we have. The Cougars will have the ball, like we said, at the 10-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 after the kickoff. 5:58 left in the ball game. 35-14 the lead. White has the snap, looks to his left, feeling a little bit of pressure, has to roll out, looking for a receiver to throw it to, who pushes off. Pass is going to fall incomplete. Going to be 2nd and 8 for the Cougars.
Hey, great pressure by the defensive line out there. Again, we're in a good spot right here, because this, despite them being no huddle, they take a really long time, and I mean they can just keep on doing their thing because it ain't working.
Excuse me, I said 2nd and 8. I meant 2nd and 10. Ball will be on the 10. The receiver that attempted to catch the ball was number 8. That is my fault there.
James, it's been a long week, buddy.
The Wildcat defense sets up, hoping to get another stop here, and White has his call. Allen joining him in the backfield with 3 receivers to his left. White takes the snap, wants to throw it downfield, has an open receiver, but the guy is going to be inbounds right on the sideline at the 22-yard line. I don't know. To me, Eli, it looked like his left foot went out of bounds.
I can see it from up here. His foot was on the white. How was that inbounds? I hate that guy.
The Wildcat defense is now pushed back to the 22-yard line of the Cougars. The Cougar offense looking to make some changes. Kendall Jackson coming out of the ball game here as the Cougars have 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They now move Allen to the left. White looks to throw it up. The ball is going to be caught at the 40-yard line by number 1. He goes up to the 40 or across to the 50-yard line. So it looks like their solution here for the Cougars is just to throw the ball up and maybe hope their receivers run under it.
Yeah, that was like a wheel route there, and he just threw it up, and unfortunately our defender there didn't get his head turned around in time, and he was able to run under it.
First down from the 50-yard line in the fourth quarter, 4:24 left. Wildcats lead 35-14 after a long Kendall Jackson 54-yard touchdown that put them up by 21. White signaling the play calls, has 2 receivers each side. His running back Allen to the left who motions out. White looks to his left, wants to throw it downfield, does on a post route. The receiver runs under. He's at the 10, at the 5, and is going to be tracked down there by Elijah Rogers at the 1-yard line.
Unfortunate play there. He just got behind our safety, got behind Rogers there, and the guy just put it right on him. That's a bad play.
The Wildcats have made a couple of substitutions here in the game. I see Izzy Mitchell in at corner getting Brandon Hayward a little bit of a break. I believe that's Price Davis at safety, as well as Jaden Williams, Elijah Rogers, as the Cougars will have it first and goal at the 1-yard line. 3:38 left in the fourth quarter. Wildcats up by 21. They snap it directly to Allen, who's hitting the backfield, muscles his way into the end zone, however, for a touchdown. And that will cut the Wildcat lead temporarily down to 15.
Well, James, that was a lot faster than they've gone the whole rest of the game, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But, you know, the positive here is we get the ball back, and they haven't stopped us yet.
The Wildcats will need to be on notice for that pop-up kick that they ran twice out of halftime. One right after halftime that the Wildcats fumbled. The second one, Marcus Melton made the adjustment and was able to catch it and get the Wildcats in good field position. Cougars score with 3:28 left on the clock. They will attempt the extra point by Carr. The kick is up, and it is good. The lead for the Wildcats back to 14, 35-21. We will be back in 1 minute. James Branson back here at Blankenship Field. Thank you for tuning in to us on FM 92.7, Oak Ridge Schools Channel 15, as the Cougars go for an onside kick, going to be recovered very easily by Price Davis at the 48-yard line. Wildcats in good position here to take over on first down after that onside kick here. And you just got to know the Wildcats most likely are going to try to run the clock out.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be handing the ball off here multiple times. I mean, we've been getting big chunks of yards. You might not want to get all of it all at once like we did on the last drive, but again, they haven't shown any will of stopping us this half, so you know we're going to just run it right down their throats.
The Cougars do have 3 timeouts to Oak Ridge's 2 timeouts. Oak Ridge offense on the field at their own 48-yard line just before midfield, up by 14 points, 35-21. 2 receivers each side for Hayden Tarwater. It looks like Kendall Jackson back in the backfield. Handoff this time is going to go to Dozier, who is in motion. He's at the 40, at the 35, at the 30, down to the 10. He's going to be pushed into the end zone by a Campbell County defender, and it's going to be an Oak Ridge touchdown.
At this point, I don't think they want to stop Dozier. They're like, I'm not touching him. He's just going to run me over anyways.
Looks like DeJavis was down on the play in the back of the end zone, holding his wrist a little bit. He is going to come off the field, but the Wildcats score 1-play drive, 52 yards.
I mean, you love the ending. You probably want to take a little bit more time off, but again, a big score there. Keep putting it on them. Let's finish it out.
Wildcats currently up 41-21. I guess the hope is you let us score. You hope you score quickly, maybe recover an onside kick. I guess what they're thinking here.
I mean, I don't know why you would let us score. That makes it harder for you to win. But I guess my only concern, Javis came up holding his wrist on that one, so I hope he's okay.
That is David Wilson, the kicker in for the Wildcats with the extra point. It is up and good. The Wildcats lead 42-21. We will be back after this break.
For the Cougars, number 8, Jones, number 9, Ferguson.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning. We'll have the kickoff after the DeJavis Dozier touchdown. It will be Efren Rodriguez to kick off here at the 40-yard line. His kick, end over end. Looked like it'll be fielded. Nope, they will let it bounce into the end zone. And so the Cougars will start on their own 20-yard line, down by 21 with just over 3 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, you like to see, James, on these next defensive possession, basically just tell your secondary, don't let anything behind you. Keep everything in front of you. Try to keep them inbounds as much as possible to help run that clock down.
The Javis did come up a little bit limp, kind of holding his arm or wrist there. Not exactly sure what that was that is hurting. But the Wildcat defense back onto the field. 1st and 10 for the Cougars, who send 3 receivers to the left of White, 1 receiver to his right. They're looking to the sideline to get the call. 3:15 left in the ball game here. White needing chunk yardage and points. White drops, throws a little screen pass to Allen. Allen has it at the 20, at the 25, and he's going to be tackled there. And the Wildcats are content to tackle him inbounds and let that clock run.
Hey, I mean, they can throw screen passes all day long because we're just going to bottle them up. I mean, that is not the type of play you need right now to win the game. So, hey, keep throwing those screen passes.
2nd and 5 for the Cougars, now at the 25-yard line, their 25-yard line, with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. White has it in the backfield. The Cougars, again, I guess content just to look to the sideline, not going too fast here with 2:35 left in the ball game. Wildcats lead 42-21. White now sets Allen to his right. White takes the snap, looks to his right, throws to his left on a tunnel screen. Not many people there, but a nice tackle going to be made, I believe, by Price Davis.
Hey, run that ball. I mean, run that clock. I mean, they can try all these short little passes. I'm all for it. James, I'm thinking their offense, like their first call is a formation and that's it. Is that what you're thinking?
It looks like a formation and maybe which side to set the running back to.
Because like they have absolutely no desire to get up to the ball and hike it. Like they have to wait for a call to be called in.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of the Cougars. White takes the snap, looks toward the middle, throws it up to the left.
Yes,
going to be
sir!
picked off there once again. Elijah Rogers picks it off at the Oak Ridge 42-yard line.
Hey, they're just trying to throw it up, and that time he underthrew it just a little bit. Elijah Rogers with a big heads-up play. Another interception for us. Great job by the defense.
Wildcats will take over with 1:46 left in the fourth quarter, up by 21. Now they will be 1st and 10, ball on the Oak Ridge 41-yard line. Probably going to run it out here, maybe possibly take a knee. You have time to knee it out, but the Cougars do have 3 timeouts.
I mean, I maybe see what they do, see if they try to stop the run or try to stop the clock after this. Otherwise, just take a knee, let's end this ball game and get out of here.
The Wildcats are making a few substitutions into the game. I see Justin Crowley, a senior, Andrew Ferreira coming in, Xavier James now in the ball game for the Wildcats. I believe Tyree Solomon is in as well. Ethan Hewitt in. It is going to be Kendall Jackson to the left of Hayden Tarwater, and it will be a timeout called by Coach Gaddis because the play clock was going down. We will take it with him. We will be back in 30 seconds. James Branson back here at Blankenship Field, joined by Eli Manning. Would like to thank you for listening to us on prepradio.com, 92.7 FM, and Oak Ridge Schools, Channel 15. Also, we appreciate you if you're tuning in on YouTube after the game has already been played, watching the replay. Wildcats have it 1st and 10. They're going to hand off to Kendall Jackson, try to run out the clock. Kendall gets 2 off to the right, off to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown. I don't think he was touched, no, Eli.
He wasn't. Not at all. Kendall just went right around everybody. He just put his hand out and said, "Get off me," and he's gone.
I guess Campbell County's a lot more worn out than we thought.
Yeah.
Wildcats are now up by 27, 48 to 21, the most points the Wildcats have put up this season.
Hey, you love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, just you got fresh legs in there. That defense is worn down. Kendall comes in. He hasn't gotten the ball in a few plays, and so he's just running right past everybody.
It is going to be, once again, David Wilson in to attempt Tarwater to hold. Pressure up the middle. David's kick is going to be no good. It came right up the middle. I believe the snap was a little slow there. So the Wildcat lead is now stays at 28 to 21. 1:28 left in the game. We will be back after a 1-minute timeout.
They are.
James Branson back here at Blankenship Field once again with Eli Manning, Efren Rodriguez into kickoff for the Wildcats. He does. The kickoff is going to go to the 5 and bound into the end zone, keeping it inbounds there. So Campbell County going to take over at the 20. And Eli, you and I were talking in the break there. Campbell County probably just run the ball out here. The game's out of reach at this point, and, head into the playoffs. It looks like the Wildcats will be traveling to McMinn County. Campbell County in this scenario will be heading down to Ray County next week.
All right. I mean, you lick your wounds here, Campbell County. You got a long ways to go. Let's end this thing right now, all right?
Wildcat defense back out. 1st and 10 for Campbell County. They send 2 receivers to each side. Allen, once again, in the backfield, and I think at this point you don't necessarily have to check every play. I think you just call a handoff, but they're still checking. White looking. He has his play call now, and obviously going to be a screen pass. I thought it was going to be a handoff. Screen pass goes out to the receiver, 5-yard line. So I kind of guess I did call it, obviously, for Campbell County as they threw it out. It was a little screen pass.
I mean, that's just a long pitch, I guess, right? Is that what that is? Like
long handoff.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
1:10 left in the ball game here. Campbell County has it down by 27, 48-21, the score for the Wildcats. A few more substitutions being made in the ball game here. We get a new corner in on the opposite side of the field over there. Isaiah Porter, it looks like it's going to be, and a flag is going to be thrown by the judge in the Oak Ridge defensive backfield. And it looks like it will be, the referees are pointing toward Oak Ridge for some reason. 49 seconds left in the ball game here. We'll wait for the call, which we get, and it's going to be encroachment on the Wildcats, which will give Campbell County a first down at the 31-yard line, and down 27. Eli, your thoughts on the game so far, especially in the second half? Wildcats have really responded well.
Hey, what you love to see is the offense start taking control here. I mean, I love seeing us run the ball, getting big chunk plays, and wearing this defense down. This is what you've been wanting to see all season.
Wildcats have put up 27 points here in the second half, so you got to love to see that as Campbell County hands it off. And I believe my math might be a little bit off there. It is 34 points. 34 points the Wildcats have put up here in the second half. So really nice response. And it looks like, honestly, Campbell County just got tired, and they're going to have it second and about 15 seconds left on the clock. I think you just run it out here and head to the house, head to the playoffs for both teams. As we have 10 seconds, now 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Campbell County does take one last shot here. They're going to throw it into the end zone, downfield. It's going to be picked off by the Wildcats. In that play, looks like it is Jaden Williams. Jaden Williams at the 35, at the 30, trying to fight forward, and is just eventually going to go down at the 26-yard line. Jaden really wanted that touchdown.
Jay said, "You're going to give me the ball, I'm going to take it to the house." He almost got it, too.
The Wildcats are going to come out victorious here on the last deep ball there, intercepted by Jaden Williams at the Wildcat 40-yard line, crosses back all the way over to the 26-yard line of the Cougars, and that ends your ball game. Time runs out. Wildcats victorious 48-21. Eli, your thoughts on the game, and you got to love the response. You talked about running the ball. Wildcat defense basically pitched a shutout, -1 drive in the second half, put up 34 points. It feels good to have that kind of the game, and that's a game you need going into the playoffs.
Oh, it's a huge game going into the playoffs. Gives you some good confidence because this is a pretty decent Campbell County team right here. And so, with the season that we've had, it would have been real easy for us to just, fold in, call it a season, and move on. But credit to this team, to this coaching staff for keeping us together, keeping people believing, making the adjustments needed, and heck of a ball game, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Would love to send the seniors out here with one more victory on senior night, on homecoming, on Hall of Fame night. The Wildcat seniors are able to accomplish that. The 10 seniors that do, some of the key players tonight for the Wildcats: Ethan Hewitt, Kendall Jackson. Darren Osborne had a nice knockdown pass at one point. J.K. Morgan, or Joseph Morgan, played both sides of the ball all night long. Really, really good job here as the Wildcats are going to go into the playoffs. And, the goal, you might not like the record. 3-7, not what we wanted as a season. You play some tough competition. Probably some tough competition that sets you up really well for the playoffs, which was the goal the whole time. You make it to the playoffs, you're still in a shot to win a state championship.
And hey, a game like this can help give you that confidence to make some noise in the playoffs. And so I think this is exactly what we needed. And the thing with this whole season, it feels like we've always been just a little bit off in most of these games. We make a few mistakes here and there, and it costs us the ball game. And I think we are headed down a right path to start making some noise, gaining some confidence.
Mike Sheehan joins us in the booth now. Mike, Eli and I were talking. I know you were listening. What a response by the Wildcats in the second half. I mean, score 35 points and hold Campbell County to 7. That's a pretty decent accomplishment right there.
That's an outstanding accomplishment. And what about that 3 penalties in a row, 1st and 41, and we came back and got that first down.
And I think scored on that drive.
I was going to say, then they scored on that drive. That's one of the most odd happenings I've witnessed in a long time, gentlemen. That was a great set of plays that the Wildcats ran and connected and made that score. I don't know what the time of possession was, but they ate Campbell County up in the third quarter. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely, Mike. And, you always do a great job for us. You help Mark and Shauna. And, you do our scoring summaries, which you have one here. I feel like this one's might be a little bit lengthier than the halftime one.
A whole lot lengthier. I mean, it's unbelievable to think that we scored 7 times tonight with an outstanding offensive output. And I'm not going to steal any of Mark Hayes' glory, but the Wildcats had over 500 yards offense tonight. I mean, that is just a tremendous accomplishment right there. And just like Eli said a minute ago, this is a great boost for your morale to go into the playoffs. It's just it's that simple. So it's great. Okay, to start things off, the Campbell County Cougars actually scored first, but it was only from 2 yards out as quarterback C.J. Allen snuck it in from the 2-yard line, and the Cougars went up 6-0. That being 6 minutes and 43 seconds into the first quarter. Latham Carter then kicked the extra point, and the Cougars led the Wildcats 7-0. But it was pretty short-lived. 5 minutes and 47 seconds still left in the first quarter. Jai Hunley caught a 72-yard pass from Hayden Tarwater and put it into the end zone. The Wildcats were down by 6-7, but Evan Rodriguez fixed that in a hurry as he kicks the extra point between the uprights, and the Wildcats go up, tie the game 7-7. Then, with only 14 seconds into the second quarter, Hayden Tarwater threw a beautiful pass to Brandon Haywood into the right-hand corner of the end zone, and the Wildcats took the lead for the first time of the night, which they never relinquished, by the way, 13-7. Then Efren Rodriguez came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 14-7. The Cougars did tie the game up, though, with 10 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. A 34-yard pass from Hunter White to Mason Shank put the Cougars back on the board, 13-14. And then the extra point was good, so they tied the game up. But then the Wildcats came right back when DJ Dozier ran one in from 10 yards out with 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the third quarter. The Wildcats went back up 20-14. And then again, Efren Rodriguez came in and kicked the ball between the uprights. And right here is that drive I was talking about, where Oak Ridge got an unsportsmanlike conduct call and 3 holding penalties. It was 2nd and 41. The Wildcats drove the ball down all the way to the 12-yard line, and then Oak Ridge scored and went up 27-14. Efren Rodriguez's kick was good, and the Wildcats went up 28-14. Then with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter, Kendall Jackson got on a tear. I've been waiting on this all year long, Eli. I mean, I said last week I've been wanting that man to run a long touchdown. He's got the speed, he's got the strength, and boy, he tore one off. 54 yards for the Wildcats. That was the 5th score of the night for the Wildcats, and the Wildcats went up 34-14. Efren Rodriguez again came in, and the Wildcats led 35-14, and I was breathing a sigh of relief. But it didn't last very long. Goes 3 minutes and 28 seconds left. The Cougars drove the ball all the way down to the 1 yard after a pass to Peyton Ferguson for the Campbell County Cougars, and the Cougars put the ball into the end zone, and it made the score 20-35. Latham Carr came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 21-35. Then I thought that would probably be the end of the game. Not to be, because with 3:15 left in the fourth quarter, Jarvis Dozier ran one in from 52 yards out, and the Wildcats went up 41-21. Then David Wilson came in and kicked the ball between the uprights, and the Wildcats led 42-21. And much to my surprise, my main man, Kendall Jackson, again ran one 59 yards with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. That just about did it for the Campbell County Cougars as the Wildcats went up 48-21. Regretfully, David Wilson's point was blocked, and the final score of tonight's game, Wildcats 41, Campbell County Cougars 21.
Mike, thank you very much for your help tonight and all that you do for us. We really appreciate you. Head coach of the Wildcats, Joe Gaddis, now joining us in the booth. Obviously a very happy Coach Gaddis as Wildcats performed very, very well tonight. Coach, I'm going to tell you this, some very impressive numbers for your team tonight. Dozier and Jackson had great nights. And, you're going into the playoffs on a high and getting some momentum going in, and looks like we'll be heading down to McMinn County.
Yeah, that's what I thought going into the game. If the winner of this game would go to McMinn and the loser would go to Ray. I don't know anything about them, but we did obviously a lot of good things offensively tonight. Some things we've been waiting a long time to do. They're not a bad football team. They're 6-3 coming in. They played. They held Sevier County to 23 last week. I think they lost 23-14. So we got some things going offensively tonight, thank goodness, and played good defense for the most part as well as we normally do.
Really, really good defense. Anytime you hold Campbell County to 3 scores and only 1 score in the second half. Coach, your team and your offense, 34 points in the second half after only scoring 14. What a great change in momentum, and going into the playoffs, that's key.
It is big. You want to have momentum going into the playoffs. You want to get hot at the right time. We did last year. I'm not comparing this year to last, but right now, I just got through telling them, I know what our record is, but right now our record is 0-0 like everybody else in the playoffs, and it doesn't matter about anything that's happened the last 11 weeks. So, we just got to build on this. We have some momentum right now. We just got to keep working. Our guys have not stopped working hard, despite the disappointment of the regular season. They had a good week of practice this week. I'm proud of them. I just think I'm glad for our seniors. They won this game at Blankenship Field, our last regular season game, and probably, honestly, the last time they'll play on Blankenship Field. So this was a big win for them.
Coach, your defense, you talked earlier in the pregame, winning the turnover battle. Win the turnover battle, you're going to win the game. You guys came up with interception after interception all night long. It's got to feel good, as well as bright spot of the night, DeJavis Dozier, over 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, they really couldn't do anything with him. He got hot, and we just kept him in there. But great. Of course, you're familiar with the Jarvis. You coached him over at Robertsville, and he's going to be a great running back, and he had a great night tonight. Kendall came in late and had 2 huge runs. It looked like he was shot out of a cannon. So, I told David when he asked, and I told our team, if we run the ball well, we're going to win. I believe it'll be the case every Friday, and we just haven't done much of that this year, and tonight we did.
Coach, you mentioned going to McMinn. I can't recall the last time we went over there. I know T, I think, was on the team, so probably sometime around 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. Obviously, it's a really good environment to go. They always have really good teams. And, going in next week, I know you don't look too far ahead, but what do we have to accomplish this next week in practice in order to have success in the first round next week?
Well, one thing we've got right now is a little confidence. That's huge because I doubt we've had a lot in recent weeks. I know nothing about McMinn County. I know last year they had a great running back for the last 2 or 3 years. He graduated, but, they beat an undefeated Loudon team, I think, handily a week ago. They're good. I know Ray County beat them, and I think maybe Bradley or Cleveland beat them. I can't recall, but they've only lost to good teams, and I know nothing about them. But obviously the film, I'll watch film tomorrow morning on them, and we'll see what they've got. But we just have to have a good week of practice. We run the ball any semblance of like we did tonight, we'll have a shot against anybody.
Coach, we appreciate you joining us. Hope you guys get healed up for this week ahead.
Thank you.
We will keep it right here as I believe Mark is finishing up his tallies for the night. We appreciate Coach Gaddis coming up and joining us in the booth here as the Wildcats exploded offensively on the night and defensively stepped it up and were able to keep things going and send the Wildcats into the playoffs on a positive note. We'll, like I said, keep it right here. Mark Hayes does an amazing job. His wife Shauna does an amazing job as well with our statistics. We will send it over to Mark for an offensive explosion.
Thank you very much, James. As you said, Oak Ridge victorious tonight by a final score of 48-21 over the visiting Campbell County Cougars. Look at the statistics for the Wildcats. They were led on the ground by DeJovis Dozier. He had an impressive 210 yards on 19 carries. His long tonight was 52 yards. His average was 11.1 yards per carry. Kendall Jackson came in. He had a great late second half. He had 4 carries for 124 yards. That's an average of 31 yards per carry. His long tonight was a 59-yard touchdown run. Jay Hunley, 4 carries, 39 yards. Elijah Rogers, 1 carry netting no yards. And Hayden Tarwater had 2 carries netting -7. So as a team, the Wildcats rushed the ball 30 times, gaining 366 yards on the ground. That's an average 12.2 yards per carry as a team. Very impressive tonight. Quarterback for the Wildcats, Hayden Tarwater, he was 13 of 19 for 151 yards. He had 1 interception on the night. Receiving for the Wildcats, Jay Hunley had 5 receptions for 75 yards. Brandon Hayward had 3 receptions for 47 yards. Elijah Rogers had 26 yards on 4 receptions. And then Andrew Ferreira had a 3-yard reception for the Wildcats. So as a team, the Wildcats had 366 yards on 30 carries. They had 151 yards on 13 receptions for a total offense tonight of an impressive 517 yards. Wildcats had 11 first downs in the ball game. They also had 11 penalties, totaling 117 yards. Looking at Campbell County, they were led on the ground by C.J. Allen. He did most of the work for the Cougars tonight. He had 87 yards on 23 carries. His long tonight was 31. Hunter White, the quarterback for the Cougars, had 4 carries, netting -11 yards. So as a team, the Cougars totaled 76 yards on 27 carries. Through the air, they were much more successful. Hunter White was 22 of 42 for 287 yards. He did have 3 interceptions on the night. Receiving for the Cougars, they were led by Mason Shanks. He had 114 yards on 8 receptions. Ethan Miller, 6 receptions for 85 yards. Peyton Ferguson, 55 yards on 2 receptions. C.J. Allen had 3 receptions, totaling 25 yards. And then Devin Jones rounds out the receiving for the Cougars. He had 3 receptions for 8 yards. So as a team, the Cougars had 76 yards on 27 carries. They had 287 yards on 22 receptions for a total offense tonight of 363 yards. Cougars had 18 first downs in the ball game. Only 3 penalties for the Cougars, totaling 35 yards. So looking at the team side by side, rushing yards, Oak Ridge 366, Campbell County 76. Passing yards 151 for the Wildcats, 287 for the Campbell County Cougars. Total offense, Oak Ridge 517 total offensive yards, Campbell County 363. First downs, Oak Ridge had 11, Campbell County 18. Penalties, Oak Ridge, 11 penalties for 117 yards. Campbell County, 3 penalties for 35 yards. So, as I said earlier, Oak Ridge victorious tonight by a final score of 48-21 over the Campbell County Cougars. James?
Thank you, Mark. We appreciate you and Shauna, what you do for us. We also appreciate Mike Sheehan helping us out, doing our scoring summaries. We also appreciate Matthew Charles, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, and Drew Thomas, as well as Alex Waraxa, They were our ground camera personnel tonight. We had up in the booth with us Isaiah Seal, former player of ours, yours and mine, Eli, as well as Austin Gore. So it's nice to see those guys as well.
Yeah, it's good to see them.
And the Wildcats, obviously victorious here tonight. Offensive explosive night, over 360 yards rushing, over 500 yards total offense. The Javas had 210. Kendall had over 100. Great night. 48-21 is the final score here.
Hey, that's the kind of offense you've been expecting, you've been wanting to see this whole year, and it's great that we're getting it now here towards the end of the year, and hopefully that will continue on into the playoffs next week.
Absolutely. As we had our homecoming tonight, I believe it was Alex Dahl and Emma Munger were our homecoming king and queen. We also had Hall of Fame night. Kiki Stewart inducted into the Hall of Fame. Kiki Houston was a running back for the Wildcats. As well as Steve Oliphant, as well as George Dykes, who played in the 1950s, as well as, I'm forgetting someone, Jason Aldman, who played football and soccer for the Wildcats, was an All-American in soccer for the Wildcats and won a state title here. So really, really cool night all the way around. Senior night, send these seniors out on the right note. Very productive night, and this is the type of nights that you want to have as an Oak Ridge fan. And going into the playoffs, building this momentum, hopefully winning a couple games, still in the shot for a state championship.
Hey, you get right good Lord, James, it's a Friday night when we can't even talk.
You get right at the hot time.
Yeah, you got it. You get hot at the right time, and you can make some noise in the playoffs. You and I have seen many teams, not do well in the regular season, and then all of a sudden get hot there at the end and make some noise, even get to the state championship. And so, again, you love to see the type of performance that we had tonight. Exciting night for everybody. Everybody was in a fun mood. Like you said, a lot of cool people here tonight. And again, just a great atmosphere to be a part of.
On that note, I think I can't sum it up any better. We appreciate everybody else that joined us. David Clary, who is executive producing, Brian Bennett back at the station, all of his hard work. He does an amazing job with the commercials and with making sure we don't sound too loud or too soft, so he does an amazing job for us. We appreciate him and his work all season long. Once again, Wildcats victorious 48-21. We will see you next Friday at Ming County. Until then, so long, everybody.